What's going on, folks? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Y'all, this has been an interesting week. Before I get started, happy Friday, everybody. Happy fucking Friday, because guess what? This has been a very interesting week. Actually, a extra interesting 2 weeks if you want to keep it all the way real. Lady Conjures, your device isn't connected, baby. Connected and I'll let you up. Let's do the shout outs and then we're going to talk about all these good black men out here, okay? Aqua Rose is in the building. Queen of Bloomberry, how are you? Nori, the wine hussy, is here. We got Goddess Vixen, who is here and also up on the screen. Hey, Miss V, how are you? Who else we got? We got dark skinned gentlewoman. We have T. Again, Aqua Rose. Hey, Auntie Ruckus, how are you? Divested Doll is here. Sun Girl, love you, girl. How are you? Who else? Aquarius Shade, we're in the building. Guess what, y'all? Scorpio season is coming up, and I keep hearing it from all you Scorpios out there. Listen, just wait for Leo season. Your season gonna be born because it ain't Leo season. All right, just wanted to let you know. All right, let's get started. You know, if I didn't call your name, your shit gonna be up on the screen. First, let me get this out of the way to make sure that we don't have no interruptions. Are you Dusty, Delicate Woman? Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Might have been a Dusty. All right. So there has been a lot of stupid, and I mean extra stupid shit going on this internet. Some stuff going on with some women and all this stuff here. But the women will figure it out. I'm gonna tell you what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the God Daddy. All right. So let's share my screen and let's talk about the God Daddy. The nasty God Daddies that your mama assigned you, and the ones that want to play in your pants from the age of 2. So let's go. I don't have a godfather. I don't feel like I missed out on anything, especially with bullshit coming out like this. Now, you're not going to tell me that when that girl was missing, when she was 14, that she wasn't over his house. You're not going to tell me that. He put up a post talking about he's looking for her. Her mom's looking for her, but she now has a 2-year-old. I feel like she was over there, but let's take a look at the wedding photos. Yeah, that's the Dusty God Daddy. I felt like acting stupid. Isn't she gorgeous? Unapologetic. I mean, isn't she beautiful? This is some of the saddest shit I ever seen.
She's gorgeous. And like you said, no one's going to tell me that he didn't mess with her when she was underage. Like, no one's going to tell me that he didn't.
When she came up missing when she was 14 and her mother didn't know where she was, I'm sorry. She was over there. Period. And he put that Facebook post up talking about, oh, help look for her because she was over there. So just to send the people away, throw him off of his scent. This man is so old that his wife, who is also his goddaughter, and this is so stupid. I mean, I'm having difficulty even telling this story because it seems so unreal. But since I know what Dusties are capable of, it's also real at the same time. This girl, she's 18. She's a baby. And she's popping off, cussing everybody out. And I could dig it. She's at that age where she thinks she can just check everybody. That's how they are at 18. They can beat up men, women, giants, bears, everybody's ass they can whoop. That's what they think, at least. But let's look at another picture. That's them too. Did you hear what I said? That's them too. I have a daughter. Okay? I have a daughter. And this shit made me sick to my stomach. L.
I got a daughter and I wish a motherfucker would. I really do wish a motherfucker would. Because they wouldn't even be able to find his ass.
Thank you, Mother Earth. Do you understand that she's so little right there? You remember holding your baby and they kind of trying to see what's going on in the world. So they'll kind of lean their arm on your chest to just like as a support so they can turn more to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
This shit is sick. It's sick.
It is sick. With his old ass, his ass is actually in his 60s. And she don't even know how old he is. Is she on the live going off? Oh, he's 40. Girl, he got your ass so damn brainwashed and mind fucked. You don't even know how old this motherfucker really is.
I went to the Florida Department of Corrections to get his birth date. He was born in 1966. And it's like this. They need to check the marriage license because she really does think he's 46 years old. This man is old enough, like this person said, to be her fucking grandfather. There was another. Go ahead, babe.
I'm sorry. I thought it said that he was born in 56 because I seen something that says that he was 1956. 5'6", not 6'6".
Listen, this motherfucker, he's decades older than this is an old motherfucker. This is an old motherfucker. I swear, every time I look at this picture, I think of my own daughter. Just because I remember she still has her baby fat. He knew her when she had her baby fat, y'all. He's been eyeballing her for the longest. My world, I know you got something.
I'm here. Listen. I haven't seen the pictures you just showed of her as a baby. I've shared with you ladies before that I started being the M word by my mom's little brothers at the age of 4. So this happened from the age of 4 until 11, until I started menstruating. So I very much am going to be triggered tonight, but I'm glad that you're talking about this because I think more Black women need to know that this is real. And I think a lot of us do know because a lot of us have endured it. And that's why we, have so many issues we have today because of going through stuff like this as a kid. And unfortunately, this girl's mom failed her. Her dad failed her.
Nobody even spoke of the dad. They literally, this is the first time, your mouth right now is the first time I'm hearing anybody bring up her father. Where the fuck is he?
That's the whole point. Everybody wants to talk about how Black women fail at raising their sons or their children, but they are doing it alone because the men do not stick around. I saw or heard the video or whatever with her mother. Yes, her mother is ratchet. The bar is set in hell. So that's why she's popping off at the mouth about getting bottles in the club and having 4 cars thinking she's doing something.
That's what kids talk about. She don't understand that her saying that is proving her age. Girl, when you get my age, it's a nightmare for somebody to ask you to go in a club popping bottles. You're like, no, I want to watch my DVR. I want to watch American Horror Story, bitch. I'm not going to no club. Are you serious?
When you talked about oh, you haven't gotten into that yet. I'm thinking of another content creator, but he had to have groomed her. It wasn't when she turned 18 that he first started having relations with her. You know what I mean?
She has a baby. Who's the father of that baby? Somebody need to get a DNA test because I suspect it's this ogre-looking bitch here.
Yeah.
She has a 2-year-old, which means at this point she would have got pregnant when she was 15. Right? Because it takes 9 months to have a baby. She's 18 now. She said she left her mother's house at 16. I suspect that this hugabook asshole is that child's father. If indeed they can prove that that's that child's father, if I was her mother, I'd press so many charges, you'd think I was making a fucking panini.
But wait a minute, DZ. Whoa. Here's the thing. He would not have been able to do any of this without the help of her mother and her father. And so that's my thing. I mean, I mean, we see it all the time. But if Mama had been there, Daddy had been there, there's no fucking way he could have gotten his paws on this little child.
Well, we're literally talking. We're talking about fairy tales at this point because you're speaking of a Black father actually doing his job, and you might as well be talking about Barney the dinosaur at this point.
Yes.
Thank you, Mother Earth. She said her mom was born in '66. This is stupid.
Also, think about all the people who live around them, their friends, family that watched this happen, and nobody stopped it. This is why I get so tired of Blackistan. Everyone looked and saw this happen, and then they'll go off about, oh, white men are so evil, white people are so evil. Y'all watched this man groom this child, and nobody did anything. So I don't want to hear about anybody being more evil than this. Nothing is worse than this, in my opinion. Nothing. I don't care.
You know how in the community there's a saying that it takes a village to raise a child? Yes. You guys have heard that before, right? Well, it also takes a village to fail a child. So, yeah, people saw this stuff going on, probably knew this girl was sexually active with men that were not also minors. And, everything is, well, boys will be boys, or she fast, and it's always some kind of excuse. And someone talked about her mother failing her. I don't know if you've listened to the video of her mother, but her mother was in and out of prison her whole life. We hear nothing about her father. We don't know who her father is. I don't know if she knows who her father is.
Thank you, Donna McIntosh. I appreciate it. Have y'all seen the wedding video? Because I got that too.
Oh my God.
Okay. It's disgusting.
I could throw up right now.
Keep talking while I cue that up. This dumb, y'all. For the fence sitters and the mammies, this has been a rough week for y'all. This was some shit that's hard to defend. Okay? Anyway, go ahead, y'all. I'm grabbing this video.
They're like, well, she's legal. And I'm like, but she's a child.
Her mother's so far gone. This is let you know what raised this girl. Her mother's so far gone that it's like a boast for her mother to say that despite all her drug activity, she's not HIV positive. That's her mother's cap. Like that's, oh, well, look, here's my AIDS results. I don't have HIV. So this girl had no chance, and her kids probably are not going to have a chance.
No.
That poor little baby girl, the 2-year-old. Y'all, I'm getting literally choked up. I'm thinking about the baby. I mean, because it's a daughter. Am I lying about that? Is that correct? They're going to repeat it. Look, she's going to be able to do the math. Her mother is fucked up right now. Hopefully something happens. Hopefully somebody can get the charges pressed, something. But it's generational at this point. And I guarantee you this girl's grandmother, not the girl's mother, her grandmother is probably as equally as fucked up. Have y'all ever been to Fort Pierce, Florida? It ain't nothing but ratchet down there.
Florida ratchet in general.
Yes, it is.
The one thing that makes me have a little bit of hope is that she's going to get tired of his old ass.
Yeah, when he starts shitting on himself and she got to clean up that pamper and she only 30.
Yep.
I want her to make that same video because folks is trying to save you, baby girl. Real
talk. Y'all remember how we were at 18? We were everybody on this panel, I believe, is college educated. We were all in college. You know, we felt like I don't know how many of y'all grew up in poverty or whatever, but we all felt like we were better than our peers because we were Black and getting an education and doing all these other things. So, at 18, I listened to everything she had to say, and I'm like, po ting ting, she don't even know what she got coming for her. She don't even know.
It's not clicking. It's not clicking right now.
She don't have the mental
She's
capacity
too mind fucked, and she hasn't experienced enough. And he knows that, of course. So that's why he's taking advantage of it. And that's why she thinks that she has it so good, because she literally has nothing to compare it to. She hasn't had enough life experiences yet. And of course, he playing on that like all predators.
If that girl is alive in 20 years, if she makes it to see, and I say if, because she got a real strong mouth. If she makes it 20 more years in life, she's going to be singing a different tune. If she's even a free woman in 20 years, free and alive, those are two big challenges based on her background.
Not if she has too many damn babies.
And also based on the fact that it's like she's telling people to, pull up. I'll beat your ass. I don't give a fuck. Girl, calm down, please.
Exactly. That's my whole point.
You got one now.
Some people don't pull up.
Have no more. She only got one baby now.
It's gonna be.
I know. I hope she know, but I know she is though, because I know she gonna have more by him. She got that one she had at 16.
She gonna think that's a flex too, more to have that man's babies.
And she's having babies by somebody who can give her nothing.
Well, his criminal record is as long as an Italian man's dick, so no, he can't give her anything.
Girl, you wrong.
Okay.
I mean,
point blank.
The lie though.
You didn't tell any lies, though. You did not.
Wait, I must not have slept with no Italian man because I'm trying to do the math.
Girl, Italian stallion, I'm trying to tell you.
Let's look at this ratchet ass video, y'all. Thank you again, Mother Earth.
Done with this shit and let y'all. Sick.
She said, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be done with this shit. Let me tell you, she said that she didn't care a lot of times. That made me think, baby girl, you care, because when you don't give a fuck, you kind of just look and keep it moving. I knew lipstick was gonna show up. I knew she was gonna show up. Oh, here we go, y'all.
Y'all little ignorant ass, no class assholes talk after this shit. Me and my husband, we're married. Me and my husband ain't going nowhere. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't give two fucks at that, not even one, about y'all opinions. Y'all on here.
Ooh, I'm glad you got a question, because her mouth was her the way she's popping off it's sending me. It's sending me. Go ahead.
Well, is her ring on the right finger?
No, it's not. It's also it's
on the left, right?
I thought the video was flipped, but it appears
she's facing the right way. Like,
oh God, please don't tell me this child got her finger on the right hand.
It might be flipped. I don't think she's driving, but it could be flipped. But in this,
it's on her right hand. It's on her right hand.
Okay, so she just baby.
She just doesn't
Yeah,
know.
I didn't know at 18 either.
He know that though.
At 18, my mom still hadn't got married. I didn't know my daddy, so I wouldn't have known what hand it should have been on either, child. She 18.
Well, since she marrying a 106-year-old man, at least he could say, hey, babe, the ring is on the wrong finger. I'm old as Methuselah, so I know where to put the motherfucking ring. At least.
Well, he was too dumb to put it on the right finger.
Some people are in the chat are saying the video's flipped.
No, if you stand behind her and you put your left hand up and right, it's on her right.
Thank you, Grace. She said she would be doing 25 to life. Listen, either way, it's completely fucked up. And I'm gonna tell you something. You're not the first person that pointed out that it was on the right hand. I looked at it and I thought the video was flipped. I still don't fucking know who's driving the car. That'll let you know who's driving the car. Is she driving or is he driving?
It got to be him because I think it is flipped. I think it's him because you can't see a steering wheel in this shot.
Yeah, because if it wasn't, it'd be a European spec car and their steering wheels are on the
I've seen content creators that record in their car. I recorded my car and mine is facing the right way. Whatever kind of software they have or camera or something, it inverts the picture. I think she has it on the correct hand.
It doesn't matter. I'm mad that it's there.
Yeah, sorry.
Exactly. This is minutia.
She needs to be going to the fucking prom, not being married to a walrus.
She talked about all these scholarships she got. She needs to go to college, which he ain't gonna want her to do, because when she gets some knowledge up under her head, she's gonna know that she's been victimized.
This is
no, he doesn't want her around.
Y'all. First of all, y'all saying where she needs to go. She needs to go to the OBGYN because according to her mother's video, there was some like slimy, smelly shit coming out. Okay. She needs to go. She needs to go there first. Okay.
Well, he's been locked up, so he was either getting head or giving head to some man
giving
in
it.
prison.
Yep. So he gave her some dirty ass.
Okay, I can go back into the vagina rant. Do you guys want that, or I'll just shut up?
Oh gosh.
Okay, I'll stop the vagina rant. All right, I won't go there.
Yeah, not right now. I want to go eat some ice cream after this.
Okay, I'll okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you for coming up, Lipstick.
Oh my God. DZ, I am so glad you're talking about this because this entire story is disgusting. But this baby, because that's what she is, she's the victim. She's the victim. And I feel so bad for her because looking at her, she still looks like a teenager.
Honey, she doesn't look 18 right there.
Right. She doesn't even look 18. And to see that she's going through this and then to see the videos of her mother is Blackistani 101. I mean, everything from breeding while in poverty, serving time in prison, having multiple children by multiple men, children in the foster care system while she's locked up, her selling her body to pay bills. Everything that lady was talking about in that video is Blackistani checklist. This child didn't have a chance.
You got to get past the gold teeth first. She had a whole goddamn grill at the bottom.
Right.
I'm like, this
and
a
she
thug
said
right
she
here.
was only 42. I'm like, this lady, oh my God. And then I don't know if you saw the video where she said something about she's only 18 and my pussy is tighter than hers.
Oh God.
She said that on a video. And I'm like, how the fuck why would she say that?
I appreciate your
Y'all
super
know
chat,
black
baby.
women like to compete with their children.
They do like
See, this is why black women out here flambeing and hibachi in their pussy and egg yolk in their pussy, whatever y'all call where they're doing all this. Because what of all the things you could say, you're comparing your pussy size to your daughter's, your baby. It's beyond comprehension.
Ain't no way a man that slept with my mama is about to get inside of me.
This entire story is I don't even have the words.
So disturbing.
It's very disturbing.
Y'all, well, you remember over there on the Kitten Hills area, and we're gonna get to him towards the end. This is the optimal situation. You need to have somebody at least half your age that still has all their stuff in place. They are over there secretly, but up front, promoting pedophilia. Real talk. If I've ever seen you get punished, if I ever seen you with a report card, if I've ever seen you get ready for prom, wear a diaper, whatever, I don't give a fuck. That's a child. And I'm going to see you as a baby for the rest of your life. That's just my style. I'm not going to be able to take you serious as an adult. I'll respect you. But if I've seen you as a child, you're going to be a child for the rest of your life to me. And that shit go as high as 25 for me, because I'm like, depending on the mindset. And we're not even getting into no if you're going to get in a relationship shit. You should want somebody older than you as a woman, but not that old. Come on. The fuck is going on here?
I feel like someone should go rescue this child. I just feel like
She won't go. She won't go.
She will fight that person.
You would have to get in her ass, because she's ready to fight right now.
She would take a bullet for him. So she's gonna have to learn.
She's totally brainwashed. This is classic Stockholm syndrome. She's brainwashed.
Yes.
Anyway, let's go.
Talking about, I'm just stating my opinion. I'm just stating my opinion. I'm just stating. It don't mean shit to us. So why the fuck waste your time and energy and your motherfucking time out of the day and your life to sit up here and keep on saying it? That's your opinion. We don't care. At the end of the day, everything is done. We're legally motherfucking married. I'm 18. I'm grown now. Talking about.
Now, let me tell you what triggers that about that. That triggers me. When they say I'm 18, I'm grown now. Now, technically you're right, but given a different circumstance, you'll be saying, I can't believe they did that. I'm only 18. Listen, either you're grown or you're not. That motherfucker next to you is a predator. Period. You're 18. That's it. There needs no explanation after that. You're 18. It's inappropriate.
If she's that brainwashed now, DZ, he will pimp her out for money.
That's a good point, because
he will.
He did buy some pussy from her mother.
Well, they said that he lives in the project, so he's not taking her to some gated suburban enclave. They're literally living in the project. But she keeps thinking that she has a certain lifestyle that she doesn't even have because she's a child. He's giving this child trinkets, and she thinks that she's quote unquote balling. And it's so sad to watch.
In the next sentence, she's going to say, I was working while I was pregnant. And she's saying that like it's some sort of accolade that, no, baby, you're being muled. You were a child at 16, pregnant and working. Baby mule. Yes. Period. Let's finish this shit up.
Oh, you just a baby. I'm 18, bitches. I moved out my mama house when I was 16. 16. Fucking 16. What did I do? Get a job. Pregnant and all, working. Pregnant. Fucking working. At 16 with no motherfucking body. I ain't had nobody. My mama was a druggie. Nobody, never had nobody. I'm not saying this to show to have no sympathy or looking for sympathy. Nobody sympathizing with me. This is not what it's for. I'm just letting y'all know that I don't give a fuck about y'all opinions. It don't mean shit to me. It don't, because at the end of the day, everybody have a life to live. Okay, so what? He's 46, not 50. Thank you. He's 46.
Sounds like
half of y'all motherfucking mammies he probably fucked half of y'all motherfucking peoples.
Y'all, did you hear her?
I feel so bad for this little girl.
I feel bad for her
ruined her mind.
That baby said he probably fucked half of y'all motherfuckers' mammies. Baby
That's him saying that. That's something he said. He said that. When older men get with young women, look, when I was 21, I was dating a 41-year-old. So I know what they'll do is they'll tell you that all the women who trying to tell you better are jealous. Oh, they wanted to fuck me. That's why they're jealous. That's what he's telling her.
Ladies, every time somebody gives you like some criticism, constructive criticism, it's not stemming from jealousy all the time.
Yes. But black men tell black women this. This is how they keep strife between women, because they'll tell a woman her age or a young lady her age, don't listen to her. She's just jealous. Look at you and look at her. See, she's quote unquote hit the wall. You're still young and fertile. They're just jealous. And these young girls internalize that and they think it's true. Oh, you're just jealous. You're mad. He probably fucked your mama. This is what he's telling her.
According to the Nick Nog, they don't want old hoes like us.
Right. We all hit the wall, right? We're all hitting the wall.
Somebody slam me against a wall, please, because if that's going to make a motherfucker from Blackistan find me unattractive, slam me against the wall. I mean hard. Knock me the fuck out. I'm telling you, grab a brick and cave my shit in.
I tell him the only thing hitting this wall is the dude who was hitting it the other night. He was hitting every wall. So if you want to say it like that.
She even sounds like a child, though.
I agree. She looks
just
like
the way
a
she
child.
talks. She looks like a baby. Like
she looks like a child.
The pitch of her voice.
And with these men, it's not about fertility. It's about control.
Mm-hmm.
He can control her. If he got a 25-year-old, which would still be gross, or a 35-year-old, still be gross to me. He can't control those women. Little girls they can control. That is just how limp-dicked and pathetic they are.
And he can't impress them neither.
Divested mammy, I can't.
He can't impress them neither. Nobody older, because he knows that they have experience and that they won't be impressed or even look at him because he know better. So that's why another reason why he picking her, because like I said, he knows she has no life experience to compare what he's offering her to.
He knows he can't roll up on a 40-year-old woman in the projects with a criminal record and 4 dusty cars that's probably got 200,000 miles on each one of them and say, I can give you the world. We gonna laugh at his ass.
Yeah, and he know that. And with them, you see them old ass cars he got with them rims on there. The rims cost more than the cars.
The car, right.
And
she doesn't know.
That's something. She really think that's something.
It's all control, because he couldn't even roll up on another 18-year-old who had a mother and a father worth shit.
You're right.
And do what he is doing.
I'm glad you brought that up, because after this, we're moving on to corporate citizen. And he said just that. Okay. Are y'all aware of corporate citizen? And thank you, Destiny Vex. Are y'all aware of who that is? That Glendon Cameron son of a bitch?
Yeah, that nasty nigga.
Yeah. Let me pull this off of here and we're going to get into that shit. People ask me, why don't you talk about this? Or why don't you talk about that? It's like, baby girl, it's so much shit to talk about that I can't even, there's no time. Right? Let me share my screen again and show y'all this motherfucker. All right, here we go. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's just a Dusty.
Ew.
Ugh.
Ew.
Oh my God.
Okay, this motherfucker here has a YouTube channel where he's trying to teach men how to become millionaires. He's a millionaire, and he's a financial advisor, teaching these motherfuckers how to get their coins together. What he found out was he was talking to a group of degenerates. So he said, let me talk about some degenerate shit. Black men can't get their coins together. They're incessantly broke. Are you kidding me? So anybody gonna get triggered about him talking about him fucking young girls? Raise your hand.
Can I say this? Because I noticed that in internet land, all these black men are millionaires. But for some reason, the IRS can't find them. The U.S. Census can't find them. Nobody can find all these black millionaires because they still say the average salary for a black man is around $37,000 a year. So what the hell are all these upper middle class millionaire black men that somehow seems to find the manosphere? Can somebody point me to them? Because I don't see them.
They are aspiring millionaires.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
These niggas are so fucking ugly. Like, I get mad looking at them. And then bitches be like, oh, he's so fine. Bitch, where? The fuck?
This video is really
who was sitting in the car with them triple D ass titties. I remember that video.
I just can't.
Thank you, Cosmic Fairy Godmother. I appreciate you. All right, I warned you. If you're still here, you're going to be triggered.
What's going on, gentlemen? Tonight is a moment for self-reflection. Matter of fact, let's shed a little light on this subject.
This bitch.
Yes, nigga.
He needs a gym.
Been a predator.
He's racist.
And I am a little sympathetic to R. Kelly.
Of course
I know that sounds really...
I know y'all got to get that off your chest. What?
These fucking gapes.
I wish he would empathize with a bra.
I wish he would empathize with some damn weights. Damn.
With some toothpaste.
The groom in the last story was a fucking fat ass son of a bitch. Now remember, it's us that are we the ones that's overweight around this bitch. But I'm seeing a whole lot of titties coming on this bitch.
And he got some titties. Double D's, honey.
I'm telling you. I think man, let me shut up.
Really crazy, but hear me out. I guess I need to start with what I've done. When I was doing my Craigslist protocols hot and heavy, I would get a ton of high school girls answering my ads.
And you're supposed to say, ma'am, you're not of age. If you
He's
are
lying.
on the market for something, let me speak to your parents. Look, that's all they do is lie, though.
He's lying. Can you see an 18-year-old, beautiful 18-year-old girl wanting this thing with these giant titties? Nothing. No, he's lying.
He's a liar.
With a red interior.
And I don't want it, so I can't see it.
Ew.
Y'all.
Ew.
Because even though I have a similar appetite to R. Kelly, I like young women, but I don't like children. But this is how a child tricked me.
Already victim blaming.
Yeah,
tricked him.
Stop with the bullshit.
Man, you must be pretty fucking dumb.
You must be a dumb
Can
bitch.
they let Derek Chauvin out of prison, please? Could they just release Derek? Because we need some knees.
We need some sweet knees going on.
Yo.
Typically, they would be young. There would be lots of signs that this girl was very, very young. And I would just ignore them. Then this one girl, she answered the ad. We started to talk, and she was an exceptionally mature 17-year-old.
Anybody throwing up yet?
Bear been throwing up.
I'm raging over here.
I don't care what he says. No 17-year-old is mature. I don't give a damn. There's no way you can talk to a 17-year-old and think they're an adult woman.
We just watched an 18-year-old talk, okay? And that's what they typically sound like. If she was sounding like that, sir, no.
Let me say this again. This chick was 17.
Child.
Her conversation was different. She actually was a hairdresser, and she answered my ad, and I fucked her. And
I'm done.
I can't watch this. I can't watch this. He's disgusting.
Stupid.
He's disgusting.
Stupid.
Now let me
and
ask y'all a
nobody
question.
cares. Like, these motherfuckers can brag about having sex with children. Like,
let me ask y'all a question though, y'all. He's able, because of the community that he hails from, which is Blackistan, to get on this motherfucker and say, I fucked a 17-year-old, and nobody does anything.
A single thing.
He's still there doing financial advice. He's there like nothing happened. Nothing happened. People still watching. It's like we all doing it, bro. Why you telling us? He's trying to give them a blueprint on how to do it without getting in trouble. Go ahead, Elle.
Did you see that video where it was him and two other men? I guess he was
lead
like
attorney and the other dude. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you had the attorney that was telling him he admired him for his so-called business ventures and all this shit. I'm like, these motherfuckers is crazy as fuck.
He does admire him. That attorney, quote unquote, is like a men's rights attorney. So he's going to say that type of shit. They are there simply to make sure that men are able to get over on women, whatever they do. He didn't, nobody said anything. That one guy that was in the video, Anton, I think it was, he was upset about it. But most people are just sharing it and not condemning it. This is not cool, y'all. Clearly, it's not cool.
It's cool within Blackistan. It's cool within Blackistan. This is business as usual within Blackistan. That's why no one cares, because I guarantee you,
it's imperative that you leave Blackistan. You got to,
Thank you. This is why location. People think we're just talking. This is why you need to leave Blackistan physically and mentally because of shit like this.
But what happened to the racist system that was oppressing them? Because he's out sitting in a car. I thought the system was racist.
Somebody said a millionaire soliciting sex. Make it make sense. And exactly. Exactly. You a millionaire, you telling me women want to have sex with you?
A millionaire.
He's probably talking to those private investigators that go undercover as teenage girls to catch these guys. If he keeps on, he'll hit it. He'll get the right one.
He took a PPP loan to buy that car.
He's talking in this video, basically saying, let me let him go, because he said it better than me, because I can't.
Oh my God. She had these amazingly firm double D titties.
What the fuck?
That should have been my clue, because when she would lay on her back, they would stand up.
These are y'all men, mammies.
That should have been my clue. But, you know,
and
I was
his titties was still bigger than her.
Pussy.
Why is his not standing up? I don't know. Maybe because he's an old fucking degenerate. But this is what we got. And you think black folks just saw this video? No. Everybody saw this video. This shit went viral, y'all. This is who is supposed to be our counterpart talking about they like fucking children, because a 17-year-old, that's a child, period.
These are your kings.
Later on in the video, he admitted to having sex with a 15-year-old on mistake, and he's still not in jail. Okay?
And she did everything I wanted her to do. Then one of the things that I would do is I would do social media search on all my chicks, just out of curiosity. So I'm like doing my social media search, and I find her Facebook page, and I see her with her high school friends. And I'm like, oh shit.
Y'all good? Because I am.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
This is a day in the life, DZ.
It is.
I mean, really, if you really, I mean, to us, it's shocking. To us, it's upsetting. To us, it's, you know, you want to retch. But to them, the reason, remember that white attorney who was talking about on this show about how these rappers would get on social media and admit everything they've done?
Yeah.
There you go.
This is what supposedly represents their community. So what you have to do as a black woman is get as far away from this community as possible, because he's just a regular guy.
This is a high value man, DZ. He's a high value man.
Right.
According to them.
DZ, you know another thing too?
What's up?
That they be doing. You see how he's sitting in this video admitting this, and then in the other video that me and you just talking about the other two men, all three of them in the video together. See, they'll say shit and say what they did, and then they'll try to mind fuck you and act like they didn't say what they just said, and they'll try to fuck with your head and act like they didn't say what came out of their mouth to try to mind fuck you. They'll admit the shit and then turn around and be like, oh, no, it wasn't like that. It was like this. Oh, I didn't mean that. It's what the fuck you said.
And even if you did call the cops on these motherfuckers, there's evidence. And then there's basically prosecution. How are you going to prosecute them?
No, I don't want any cop. I want Derek Chauvin. Let's free Derek, also known as Knees Like Megan. Let's get Derek on the case. That's what we want to go.
Please.
Not Knees Like Megan.
What did you say? Did you say Knees Like Megan?
Knees Like Megan.
Yes, Derek. We call him Knees Like Megan.
Have you seen her?
Oh,
yeah,
y'all.
We need the old school white men back. They used to string these joggers up, because I can't do this.
If there's any baby girls in the chat, I hope you listening from the clouds. These assholes. You heard what he said. He didn't say he's not supposed to be touching her to begin with, but he didn't say he made love to her. We were intimate. He said he fucked you. Y'all can't be this desperate. You can't be this the bar. Can we get the bar out of hell at least and just put it on the ground? Can you not see that this is I'm sorry, y'all. I couldn't fuck around with nobody that reminds me of my father's age. I don't know how old this disgusting son of a bitch is, but hey, thank you, Patricia.
So I call her up and I ask her, because, she told me she was 21. That's what she told me. And I was like, serious question. And at this time, I had fucked this chick 10, 15 times.
Oh, God.
And you cannot unfuck a chick. You can't unfuck her.
Are y'all ready to divest yet? Because I know
ears.
all
He's
800.
so fucking crass.
I know there's not 888 divested women watching. Mammies, are you ready to divest yet?
Those mammies will still say, well, he ain't talking about me.
The problem is there's a mammy watching right now that probably would still fuck with him if you told her that he had $1 million. And I don't believe he's a millionaire.
Girl, it's some mammies that would screw him just because he got a car in spite of what he said.
But it's a car with a red interior. Come on.
Exactly. That's what they invest in, is depreciating assets, because they don't know any better about real wealth.
Right.
No,
they don't know anything.
They don't know wealth.
Anything.
They don't know wealth at all. They don't know any type of wealth. There are different types of wealth. There's relationship wealth. They can't have that because they're too fucked up. There's financial wealth. They don't understand what is important and what appreciates over time.
Can y'all imagine if this was a white man saying this, what the black community would say?
Sure, he'd be up under the jail.
Divestors, do you hear this? This is your king. Like, ugh. Well, bitch, this is your king, and I ain't impressed. So
I'm gonna need somebody to answer for this, because we are supposed to answer for white men that do wrong things for some odd reason, even though we say, vet everybody, but just don't fuck with black men. Why aren't y'all coming over here to explain this shit?
Here's the thing, mammies don't understand. Yes, white men do these things, but the white community does not condone it or normalize it. They hang them on the stake. Last year, there was a guy in my area that got busted for child pornography, I think. And they had his name, in picture all over the news. And the people who were coming out condemning him, and I mean, they really want to string this guy up. There was nobody saying, well, what did they do? I mean, when white men get caught up in that shit, there's a whole slew of white people ready to hang their ass. When it happens within the black community, it's normalized. We victim blame, we victim shame. That's the difference. Yes, this is the difference. There's a difference between doing it and normalizing it and making a part of your culture.
There's a difference between R. Kelly and Jeffrey Epstein.
Exactly.
Yep. This is what we dealing with, y'all. Give this piece of shit 60 more seconds and then let the drag commence.
I was like, I need you to tell me something. How old are you? And then she got very silent and she said, I'll be 18 in 4 months. Then she also said the age of consent in Georgia is 16, so you're good. And I'm like, so she comes over and we have this conversation because she was everything that I liked. I like women who 5'3", she was 5'2".
Listen, we don't give a fuck what you like. You like anything with legs. That's just the fact of the matter. And then
why do black men always talk like they should have standards? Like you're the lowest man on the totem pole. You're not even allowed to have any standards
at all.
Why aren't they allowed to have standards when they get all the bitches that they want? Because they actually do. So they have standards because people keep letting them. Black women keep letting them.
And saying they'll still F him even after all this degeneracy.
Yes. So he's sick, but he's correct trying to put his standards out because black women will fall. Do you know how many women are in some of these comment sections asking, what can we do to be better? What can we do to make you happy, black man? Lose weight? Okay. Go natural? Okay. 50-50? Okay. And now it appears that he can sit in a car and tell you, well, you did all of that, but I'm actually checking for the baby girl.
Oh, they'll tell them because your pussy ain't tight enough. Then here come black women flabing and hibachiing their pussy to try to compete with the young women.
Got a dozen yoni eggs sitting right on her dresser.
Exactly. You sitting up in your house gripping eggs. Girl, what?
And then he's still lying. He's still lying.
He's got kidney failure and is about erectile dysfunction, is about to drop from cardiac arrest. That's what you want?
Right. Blood pressure sitting on 200 over 150.
Yes.
And
yes,
then he's still lying. He's still sitting there lying. You see how he lying? Oh, she told me she was 21. Oh, but she really 17. First of all, she didn't tell you that. Number one. Number two, you know, if she was 21, you wouldn't want to fuck with her ass.
He knew she was a fucking child.
That's what I'm saying. He lied. He just lying. They lie about everything. Then they say shit and lie right in your face. Like you don't like. He talking to us like we don't know he lying out of all the shit he just said.
Actually, he's not talking to us. He's talking to other black men who really.
Well, yeah. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is a playbook for them. This is an overlay for the underplay for how they can get some children in their bed.
Y'all, we just sat up here. Give me 1 second. We just talked about at least two girls that have been taken advantage of, right? The bride in the first video, and now this one, because clearly the 17-year-old got taken advantage of. And in order to get y'all to shut the fuck up, somebody's throwing out bed wench again.
Who cares?
I'm hoping. No, I'm saying this to the mammies. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about your victimhood. Okay, you claim nobody lets you be a victim, but it ain't us. It ain't the divestors. We're calling your mammy ass a victim, giving you the benefit of the doubt, asking you to explain this shit, but they don't care about your victimhood. They calling us bed wenches instead. Okay, and I'm a proud bed wench. Everybody knows that shit. Sorry about that.
Fam.
Actually, mammies, we're asking your ass to leave.
Oops. Get out of Blackistan. Get out of
the
there.
fuck out.
Is that a gate?
So did anything happen as a result of this video? Was it handed over to the authorities? Do we need to call Benson and Stabler? What are we doing with this video?
I can tell you what's been done with the video. You ready?
Yes.
Nothing.
Exactly.
He still has his YouTube channel. He still is able to talk about money like none of this happened. It was like viral for a couple days and then it died off. Nobody's talking about it anymore. And that motherfucker just sat here and told you he fucks children and they did nothing. Remember all the good unicorns out there? Where's the unicorns to report him or deal with him?
Well, they not, because they doing the same thing or want to do the same thing or have done the same thing.
Boom. Just like that.
Black men can get, I don't know, status from other black men by fucking kids. They don't have to do anything else. Just say, hey man, I had her, and she was only a teenager here, and they get status from that.
Aries lady. Yeah. Aries lady, she said he has a daughter. He also teaches her how to not pay child support. You're talking about the dude on the screen has a daughter, Aries lady? And thank you for the super chat, by the way. He has children, y'all?
Probably.
They always
spread it wide. Jesus. Oh well. If karma's real, his daughter in trouble because he's fucked over a lot of women's daughters. Point blank, period. And he admits to this in this stupid ass video.
She had huge titties, little waist, fat ass, pretty toes. She was my prototype, even though she was extremely young. And you know what I kept doing? I kept fucking her.
Oh my God.
I kept fucking her because I was like, at this point.
Any other questions? Because here's the deal. He just admitted that he committed a crime and then he said he kept doing it. It's so egregious at this point. God. It's so egregious. They're really telling y'all as black women, nobody's going to help you and nobody helped you. So we're going to try your daughters now. And it's repeating itself. Nobody's going to help the daughters either, apparently, because this
I would blow off some do-rags, baseball caps, bald heads. It doesn't matter. Don't come near my kid.
Moonchild says he has a 16-year-old daughter, and somebody else in the comments said his daughter doesn't talk to him. Good for her. Hopefully she don't catch none of his karma. Hopefully she don't catch none of it.
Girl, he probably didn't raise her.
I wouldn't doubt it, y'all. I wouldn't. Y'all want to drag him some more, or do y'all want to head to Kitten Hills? Because I got a lot to say about that.
Go to that other homosexual.
You saw what happened this week, then, right?
Girl, no, just see him generally. Anybody will ask and say he's a homosexual.
No, what happened?
I'm getting ready to show you.
Okay.
Let me move this up out of here. It's a very short 6-second clip. I'm trying to remove some of this shit, y'all. Y'all know I'm not tech savvy. Ronnie Size, I don't know who you are, but your shit is not connected anyway. I couldn't let you up here if I tried. Let me remove this.
BBC is King says, all you old hoes are jealous.
Of what? Of what exactly?
That's a good question.
Of what? Don't nobody want that big titty Negro?
I get to think we're
this
jealous
is
of
the
young
thing.
children.
This is what they tell those young girls, that we're all jealous of them. And this is how they're easy to victimize. This is how they're easy to victimize. I you know what? I can't stand black males, y'all. I cannot stand them. I hate that they can't even share the same air with me. If I'm breathing the same air as a black man, I'm too damn close. This is why I can't stand them.
You know what? I remember earlier y'all were saying that girl was a victim. I had a friend, she was 18 and I was a grown woman, like in my 30s. And to make a long story short, a guy in his 30s started hitting on her, and she's 18, just turned 18, just graduated from high school. And I told her, I checked him real quick. I said, how old are you? And he said he was in his 30s. I said, how many kids do you have? And he said 9. As in 3 short of a dozen. And I warned her, and she acted just like that girl in the video from earlier. And now she got 3 kids by him. So he has a dozen children.
Y'all. So with Kitten Hills, right? It's been a little while now, and he's been trying to basically bash the shit out of black women, and nobody has ever called up where he said, now this is an actual woman. She's what we're talking about. Nobody fits the bill. So what I'm telling you is, don't try. Why are you over there trying to fit the bill to get a unicorn that doesn't exist? Why are you letting him humiliate you and just put you on blast? That's all he does. And for the mammies that go over there, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself, because y'all see what they're doing to these girls' self-esteem. But come to find out, the whole time he wasn't checking for that species at all. Let me add this back up here and let's go.
We need to start advocating for men who want to be with men.
Did you hear it?
Wow. Wow.
Boop. You got your ass handed to you the whole time. You trying to be this, that, and the third for a motherfucker that ain't checking for you. Let's take that back. Let's take it back.
Better than nothing. That's all I'm saying. We need to start advocating for men who want to be with men.
He said what he said.
Remove. Oh, Lord.
Okay? He was never checking for you.
We've been said that, though.
We've been said that, but there was no receipt per se, except for that one glitch. You remember the glitch?
It's a glitch. Nobody talked about it. It's a glitch.
Girl,
though.
The reason these men don't know that he's a homosexual because they ain't had no real men in the house, so they can't.
They know he gay as fuck.
They know he homosexual, but hell, since
we can't
they
make no
screw
excuses.
each
They know
other,
that. They know he gay.
right? They screw each other anyway, so they don't care. They always say, long as they're topping out the bottom, they ain't gay, child. So whatever.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Ooh,
You gotta remember where we at. It's so hard to do these lives and not say shit like that. That's why I stutter over a lot of my shit, because I'm trying not to get flagged. Yes. Honey.
They make it so easy. They make it so easy.
Can you spell the word we're not supposed to say?
No.
Yeah, please tell us what we're not supposed to say.
Don't say the F word. Don't say the other F word.
You can say fuck, but don't say the other F word. It rhymes with maggot.
Maggots. Yeah.
Right. Nobody said that, did they?
I almost did.
Well, we can say top and bottom, right?
Of course.
Right. Oh, okay.
Oh. Okay, well, these niggas be tops. I'm sorry.
No, they definitely be blowing their pussy out. Nobody gonna tell me a nigga nog is a top. I'm sorry. No. These niggas gay as fuck.
They are. All right, we got 3 folks in the back that said they want to add something to it. Y'all protect your ears. If y'all got headphones on, y'all already know my stalker is here, and he probably gonna come up here throwing his ass in a circle, right?
Because he ain't out building nothing, that's for sure.
Right. So just make sure you protect yourself. Cut your shit down so he don't blow out your pentamic membrane. Ronnie Size.
Hello.
Oh, you're an actual woman. That's wonderful. What you got?
All right, can you hear me? I just want to make sure you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Yeah. I guess that makes glitch number 2. Who's going for 5? Anyway, you got more money? Anyone got, 10, 20 on number 3 before the weekend hits? He's such a pain.
I already know what they're going to say. They're going to say that he misspoke. Right. That's what he's going to say. But the following sentence after that was, and I understand it, fellas. I understand the impulse. I do. That's what he said.
Wait, what? Of course he understands, because that's the same impulse he goes to bed with every night.
So wait a minute. They're advocating for us to have tight vaginas, high asses, big titties, small waists, but they got bussies displayed all everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Kevin seems to be more interested in members. He's always asking other men how big they are, but he rarely does. If he's supposed to be all real and everybody loves tuning into his show because he's so raw, how come he doesn't really, he asks women about their breast size, but how come he doesn't go in about the erogenous zone the way that he does with men? Obviously he doesn't care.
Oh, you're right. I never thought about that.
Wait, what erogenous zone? Wait, he asks women about their breast. Wait, what?
He asked a guy before. He said, "Nigga, do you have a big D?" And
he asks him all the time.
Right? He's like, I ain't, no. And he named some porn star. And then he was like, "Nigga, you know if your D big or not?"
I'm with Jada. They're bottoms.
Right.
They're all bottoms. All of them. All the bitches. They're bottom bitches. Just bottom bitch pussies. Yeah. They're just done.
And don't let them have a Department of Corrections number. You just may as well turn the other way. They for sure done had something in them.
And Kevin is super cocky, so he's a power bottom. So you can't tell him nothing.
So. Angela Hill says they're too broke and drug addicted to be top. I don't know what the fuck is going on with StreamYards. They would let me put hers or the other one on the screen. StreamYards is trash. But anyway.
I have to say,
go ahead, babe.
I do. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I appreciate Kevin Samuels because to me personally, he's become a litmus test for me. I will occasionally, if I talk to a certain man and he seems to be dropping manosphere talking points, the ones where he's, referring to women as females, those little clues that give you an idea that they're either red pilled or they're moving toward red pill, but they still want to, they're too good for their hands. So they still want a female companion, at least just a pump and dump. But for all intents and purposes, they don't really like women. They don't have any time for women. They only really need to use women for, a quick release. And that's about it. So I'll just drop the name out, Kevin Samuels, and see what they say. Same thing goes with R. Kelly, too. If you dare bring up R. Kelly around a group of black men, see what they say. That will be the number one clue as to what's going on in their heads. If they're ready to talk about the unfair justice system, it was so many years ago, and you ask them, did you see the tape? Did you know he used to hang out in front of high schools? He's like, and if they say something like, he's, they're not all under 18 when they go to high school. When they start saying stuff like that, run. Either that or call the cops.
Man, why are y'all still talking to black males?
Right.
What side of the internet have I landed on?
I hear people talking about this Kitten Hills around the Thanksgiving table, but he ain't lying though. I mean, that's just in the family. That's not even talking about the dudes out on the street. Yeah, I didn't meet him in person after this, but I was talking to a white guy that I met on some dating site. Do y'all know that this fool sent me a video of Kitten Hills? This is a white man. He had degrees. He looked good. And he sent me that video. And I said, you listen to Kevin Samuels? And he was like, yeah, tell me when he stopped telling the truth. I said, we don't have anything in common. Please basically block and delete. Like we don't have nothing to talk about.
This was a white guy?
Yes, girl with degrees. Like what?
What's really sad? Someone like him, they really are still on the outside looking in. So unfortunately, when you got a guy like Kevin Samuels and he's got all these followers, unfortunately, he sends the message to people outside of Blackistan that everybody is listening to his rhetoric, and that's not true.
This is the deal, y'all. Yeah. If somebody knows, if you're talking to someone, a man, and he even knows who Kevin Samuels is, that's a red flag to me.
Exactly.
Because
right.
men that's about their shit and they're actually high value, they don't even know who this motherfucker is.
Right.
Never met a man who knows who Kevin Samuels is. Like, this is so a white man that knows. I've never met one.
Girl.
He must have a lot of black male friends. He must.
I didn't
Somebody
even
must
get to
have turned him
find out
onto
because
it.
as soon as he said that, I was gone.
Somebody is snap, crackle, and popping.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who it is, but
but yeah. I asked my husband if he ever heard of him, and he's like, no. He said no. Did you want to show me? I'm like, nope.
Girl, when I ask any of the guys I date, none of which of course are black, do they even know what they don't know what divestment is. They don't know what colorism is. They don't know none of this stuff. They don't know nothing about YouTube because they too busy.
Right. They have jobs and careers. Girl, all they know is this pussy.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I get jealous of my white girlfriends. None of them know who Kevin Samuels is at all. I'm like, girl, ignorance is bliss.
I'm getting ready to bring somebody else up. Guard your ears because I'm not aware of who this is either. Delicate woman, welcome to the panel.
Hello, I'm not Dusty. I'm not a man. Don't worry.
Delicate and I were joking in the private chat backstage.
Honey, you never know. You know how he keep coming up with these crazy ass names and then jumping up here.
Oh no, we were going in on that one that dropped the Bedwinch thing. No, we were going in on him on the private chat. I was just like calling us jealous. I was like, excuse me, a king without a kingdom sounds like the most jealous person to me. I'm not old, so
yeah, I had to drop.
No, I know how you get in on
up out of here because I know that's a motherfucking Dusty. He had to go. But
no,
anyway,
I know how you get in on you guys. Don't worry.
Nigga, we don't care about Adele dating a nignog.
What?
Like, this nigga gonna say, are you gonna talk about Adele dating a black man? No.
Adele looks good. Adele is from the ghetto of London. She grew up around multicultural people. She's not from the House of Windsor or something. She's a street girl. So it makes sense that she wound up with a black dude. Adele, let me answer that question.
Let me answer that question real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about her as soon as he fucks her over. Just wait.
Good reply. You are so quick with it.
I'm definitely gonna talk about Adele. I got the timer set. As soon as she finds out that he's gay, got a whole bunch of baby mamas, that he's worth nothing financially. Yes, indeed. I'll be up there and I will talk about Adele. I'll grant you your wish. BBC is Kang with your stupid ass.
Bussy popping ass.
And that album is gonna be fire.
He gonna put her through it. The way they put all women through it. And she gonna be writing some real painful stuff once he get through with her.
Oh yeah.
That shit gonna be jamming. It's gonna be, and I'm gonna have to buy that album because she's gonna put her heart and soul into that one. Because once you get fucked over by a Dusty, bitch, the rhythm and blues is blazing.
That's why she ain't gonna drop no album, because when he get through choking her ass, her vocal cords gonna be collapsed.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was just about to say he gonna beat the brakes off of her ass. I just got a feeling he looked like he will beat the brakes off of a motherfucker ass. He looks like that.
I love him.
But he only needs to do it but once. Adele is protected. He only needs to do it once, and the world will drag him back to hell where he came from. I swear, I promise you that. He only needs to do it once. Unlike us, he only needs to do it once to Adele.
Welcome to the panel, 100 Divested.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you so much, DZ. I'm not going to be long. My heart breaks for the little black girl in Blackistan. I haven't always been divested. In fact, I'm late to the game. But what kind of troubles me is, at what point do I detach from black women who simply don't get it? Like we were talking about the young girl earlier with the old pedo. At what point do we say,
as soon as she claps back with bullshit, if you feel the need to tell her, what's up with divestment and what's really going on, as soon as she say but, grab your purse and walk away. She'll be here. No worries.
Yeah. And learn to
don't
move
give
in
it
silence.
no time. Don't give it no time. Just let it go. As soon as they show you, let it go. Just disconnect and let it go and move on.
And learn to move in silence. I know that the temptation with social media breeding this age of narcissism upon our species, but don't feed into it. So you don't have to let the world know every move that you're making. A lot of times life can be like a poker game. Got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, you know when to show your hand, know when to walk away. And sometimes being discreet and keeping your discretion and your vetting and your discernment to yourself, you can move in and out as much as you want, and you won't have to worry about answering too many questions, because people will know that's the rhythm that you're moving.
And the results will speak for themselves.
The answers are in real life. It's like if you talking to somebody and they're gonna deny what everybody sees, then you're talking to someone that's delusional, and it's gonna be your fault if you keep it up. Because I'm not gonna talk to nobody that's delusional. I'm just not. Once they start defending certain things, talking about slavery, talking about systemic racism and all this shit, that's a mammy, and I'm out of here because I'm tired of talking about that. There's other people that experienced that and they came out of it. These motherfuckers don't come out of it. That's their lifelong legacy. So as soon as they bring that shit up, I'm like, okay, it was nice, and bounce.
Y'all trying to convince women in real life to, girl.
And I guess, and I appreciate your responses. I guess what it kind of has me conflicted is because I wasn't always divested, but yet and still people sowed into me, like different times in my life where I was actually ready to hear it. So yeah, that's what it is. But I appreciate everything you guys are saying. But I'm gonna sign off now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for coming up.
Can I say something to her real quick?
Of course.
I don't remember her name, but
100 divested.
100 divested, and any ladies like her that are newly divested, or you have friends that aren't divested and you've tried to pour into them and they're not ready to receive the message, just look at it. I kind of liken it to witnessing in Christianity. You sow the seed, time and experience will make it bloom. They may not want to hear it now, but once they've been hurt enough in this community, they will remember so-and-so tried to tell me this, but I didn't listen. Just like how we all as women, our parents tried to tell us stuff about being grown, and we thought they didn't know what they was talking about, and then life had to teach us.
Look, because I'm a little bit petty, when they get back, I always be like, I got to get this off my chest. I told you. Now, what's up, girl? How you doing? Because I'm going to tell you, I got to. Because that little flipping ass attitude and that calling me bitter and calling me all this extra shit, I got to tell you, I told you so. And then we can go on from there. I have to tell you because
DZ, you have no knowledge of how many times I've apologized to my mother, either through text message or letter or whatever, and she'll be like, "What are you apologizing for?" And I'm an only child, and I just think of all the times that I thought of all the mistakes that I felt like she made when she was literally just doing the best with what she had. But I was just so quick at the mouth. I went out, I went to school with white kids, so you know how they real sarcastic with their parents, and I thought I could do that. And life taught me. And I apologize to her so much for just being a butthole when I was a teenager.
Welcome to the panel, The Witching Hour. How are you?
Oh, hey, I was just responding back to 100 divested. I was going to tell her, girl, don't even try to explain. If they want to see it, eventually they will, or they're going to end up in the same situation that, most women who started off as mammies and turned out to be divested were in as well. Because I had a friend recently who I thought was super cool, but she brung up the fatal thing about race. I didn't mention any of that shit to her. And guess what happened? I told her my opinion on it. She was like, oh, well, that's not an appropriate response, but your opinion is validated. I'm just like, bitch, if my opinion is validated, then why the fuck are you saying that's not an appropriate response? Like, you have to just get rid of them on their own. Silence speaks volumes. They're not going to understand because they don't want to understand.
What did
in
you
this
say
short time
about race? Is that a book or something?
Huh?
When you said the fatal thing about race, is that a book or a movie, or you just mean her saying institutional racism is the reason everything sucks?
No, that was me talking about the fatal thing about race, because it is fatal, for some of these mammies out here who don't understand our talking points, or they choose to be willfully ignorant. It becomes fatal in the end.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I thought I missed some book or something. Sorry.
The small amount of time, give me 1 second. The small amount of time that I've been doing this shit here, y'all, I've already had one person that was telling me that I was wrong. She was young, about what I was saying. It's not all and this, that, and the third. She was on her way to college, right? She also had a scholarship. Real smart girl. Do you know today she's a baby mama now? And she's back.
Life will teach you, won't it?
That baby is like 3 months old right now, okay? And it's some of the saddest shit ever because her family's not going to help. She worked so hard to get that scholarship, and she basically was on her own. Now she's back at her mother's house. Her mother's being a bitch to her because of whatever
Girl, she
reason.
don't get that baby up for adoption. What is you talking about,
Listen, we was doing a one-on-one, and she could not even talk for a long time because the baby kept crying. I'm like,
right, look, in my old mammy days, I would have told her, girl, bring me that baby and you go on and go to college. I'll raise that baby before you go on and get your degree. Now I'm like, girl, good luck.
Man, it's just real sad. So if you got people in your circle that you love and want to tell them about divestment, that's cool. But if they don't listen, let them go make the mistakes they want to make and then wait for them to come back because they will be back. The ones that
will be back.
Go ahead.
I just feel like divestment is not something you can teach. I just feel like you have to come to it in your own time, because I can shout from the rooftop, things that they need to know, but they're not going to receive it if they're not ready to receive it. They're just not going to. You got people who scroll the Black Femicide page and see these young, beautiful Black women who are gone. Yeah. And they'll say, well, that's not all. Like, how can you scroll this page and see these beautiful, vibrant Black women and say that?
You talking about the Super Saiyan mammies. The Super Saiyan mammies will never get it. They're born and raised. They just big ass monsters that are built to fight. I'm talking about fence sitters. You get what I'm saying? They're asking about it. Well, why do you do this or why do you do that? Wanting to know, but when you give them the answer, it's a hard pill to swallow. So sometimes they just walk away, and I let them, because I'll be here when you get back, sis.
Yeah, you can't try to save everybody. Sometimes you just gotta let them go. We got a lot of young girls here that be listening to DZ and they absorb what she's saying. And then you got some they're not gonna absorb it. They're just not. And
they gotta wait
it
till they
doesn't
get
matter
back
what you do or what you say. It doesn't matter what you do or what you say. They're just not gonna absorb it. And I would like to tell the young girls too, listen to some of the older women sometimes.
Right.
Just listen.
They don't listen to us. That's the thing. That's what made me stop talking, because I was called old and bitter.
Yes,
So I'm like, you know
that.
what?
They real
what? I'm gonna stop talking, because life will bring you back to me. It will bring you back. And I have it in my own family. I had a relative in my family when she graduated, because I knew she was growing up in Blackistan. She made it to high school graduation. I reached out to her mother. I said, can you send your daughter to stay with me? I'll make sure she goes to college. I'll take care of all. You can keep her check or whatever benefits you're getting for her. I don't care about that. But I want her to have a chance. She declined and said, no, she wants to stay here with her boyfriend. Here we are. Fast forward, 3 baby daddies later.
Oh,
she calls me. It's like, can I come stay with you? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I don't run a daycare. No, I was trying to help you when it was just you. I mean, and, we were old and bitter and, didn't know we were just old and old fashioned. But now you're reaching out to me for help.
Well, and that's the thing, though, y'all. And I'm not making excuses for them, but we were the same way. When my mama kept trying to tell me stuff about real life, I'm like, this old lady don't know what she's talking about. And then life teaches you.
Yeah, you got a point there, but the thing is, though, when you're dealing with somebody that already thinks you're stupid and that you're old and that you're bitter, you got to let them go, because some of the girls, they do absorb it. They actually do
think
absorb
our thought process is outdated and antiquated. They think that we don't know. And then they also think that we're jealous because the men in our age group are running after them. So they think we're jealous of that.
And we try to tell them they stupid. The men only want them because they're losers.
Can y'all stop interrupting each other?
But they don't get it. They really think we're all just jealous of them when we're really trying to rescue them.
I'm getting ready to let Jackie R up here. Protect your ears, okay? Welcome to the stream, Jackie R.
Hi, I'm not Dusty. I've been
that's wonderful.
For a long
We've
time.
batting 1,000.
So long time listener, first time caller. Hi, ladies.
Hey.
Hey.
But just piggybacking on it, I want to say, in my experience, I think women know that men are dusty. They just aren't ready to accept it. They know, but they keep it under wraps because they want a man so bad. I'm openly divested around my family and friends. I let them know I don't date black men. The black men in my family know I don't do that. And I've even had my cousin like kind of sneak to me on the side and say, you know, maybe you should be with the white man because you do like the finer things in life. And you know, it's been hard for me and my husband because she just got married and she married a Dusty that doesn't work. So, and she's having a hell of a time. She's trying to finish her degree. She pays all the bills.
She muling. She's just muling. She's doing what most Black women do. They sit up here and try to grade potential. My thing is, where do you see the potential? Somebody's doing cartwheels or some shit with their microphone. But
why did my stupid butt think when she said her cousin, she meant a male cousin, was saying, yeah, dating white is right.
I've had older male family members tell me that. The ones my age will never admit it, but the ones in their 40s, like my mom's brothers, they'll say, you know what? Maybe that's not for you, because I make it clear what I expect in life when I'm the best dressed at my family gatherings, because I'm not taking care of some Dusty's crotchling, so I can afford to dress myself nicely. I make sure I have a nice vehicle, and they're like, you know, you like the finer things in life. And all I can think is the fact that you believe that I shouldn't be with a man who looks like you because I like the finer things in life says everything I need to know about you.
Let me get this person together real quick. TJ Jackson, I understand what you're saying, but let me tell you, I honestly think you're Dusty, and I think you from the South, talking about why is. Okay, so check this out. Hold up a second. Let me move this out of the way. It says, why can't Black women protect their daughters? Why is Black women horrible mothers? You as a mother have to protect your daughters. If you can't, you fail. Listen, grow up, first of all, and spell out the word you. Y-O-U. Put a period at the end of your sentence. Let me tell you something. You're not going to take any blame off of these men that leave them. Yes, of course, they should protect their daughters to the best of their ability. But women are the weaker sex. She can only go so far. Somebody can come in and fuck her up and the daughter. What the hell are you talking about?
And can I elaborate on that? So there was a time my mother tried to protect me, but I realized how weak we actually were. My cousin's her boyfriend or whatever the fuck he was, he got an attitude with me because he felt like I didn't respect him and he got in my face. My mom tried to step in front of him, but she actually was not strong enough to protect me against him. I think I was about 14 years old, and I had got an attitude with him because he was just acting like a little bitch. I don't even remember what the conversation was about, but he got mad because he felt like I didn't address him correctly or some shit like that. He stepped into my mom and knocked her out of the way when she tried to step in front and got in my face at 14 years old and only 5'5", while he was actually 6'2".
So does that answer your question, Mr. Jackson? I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? And women are not supposed to be protecting. They should be self-defending. But it was up to you idiots to protect them.
Girl, his mama was a mammy, and he think all Black women are supposed to be big, brolic chicks fighting men and taking care of them. Where's her daddy at? Where are the Black women?
Some of these women been fighting so long they probably can whoop Mr. Jackson ass. They got a lot of practice. It's crazy that he would even say that. Patricia Love out here dropping gems. She says the younger girls say older Black women didn't teach them anything, so they didn't listen to any of us. But when Black men treat them bad, they say some, not all.
Let me piggyback off what Patricia said, because I saw some comments that said, yes, older women are sometimes jealous of Black women. I mean, of younger women. That's within Blackistan, sweetheart.
Yes, it is.
Those of us who have exited Blackistan and live in our suburban gated enclaves, we're not jealous of young girls living in Section 8. We're trying to rescue you. Because the man that you got laying up with you that's my age, if I told him he can come live in my house, drive my luxury car, spend my money, eat my food, shop at Whole Foods, and do all the finer things that I do, he will drop your ass and come here. I don't want him. So I'm trying to rescue you so you can live the life that I live at your age now. We're not jealous. We're trying to help. So when we tell you that's not for you, it's not because we want the man. We want to rescue you.
Right. And that's just the fact of the matter. There's nothing to be jealous of. When my husband goes to work and he pays taxes, that's how you got your Section 8 house. What are you saying? Okay.
Yes.
That's how you got that EBT card.
Right. We jealous because they boyfriend paying they $36 rent down there at Cabrini Green. I'm old, y'all. I don't know if Cabrini Green still exists, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
I just want to know where this rhetoric came. out that black men were hard to get with. I don't understand. They're throwing themselves at you publicly. I
It
don't
came from their
understand why women.
fantasy.
Like, I've never had a problem getting a nignog to come yell at me in the grocery store in public. I don't understand. And what she was saying,
Don't
like, I could
forget.
have one come and live with me. Absolutely. Like they're black men are more hypergamous than we could ever be. Like, for you to really believe that
If any of us made ourselves available to black men, they would jump on it. They would jump on it.
And more divested.
Oh my God. It's just like, girl, you met him at work. You're 18. You work at Popeyes. Like, what do you think is going on here? I don't understand how they...
Hold on. And don't forget, aren't they the ones always complaining that black women didn't like them, that they were too broke for a black woman? So you're now telling me that we're too whatever to get a black man? Stop.
I'm going to just hop off, DZ. I got some stuff to do.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate you coming up. I'm going to see you tonight. You know I'm hopping in the Discord
Of
after
course.
this. See ya, baby. But yeah, y'all, it's not jealousy. I'll tell you what. Y'all are still, the younger girls are still in their sex phase. Do you get what I'm saying? That sex is currency with them. It's like, when you talk about money, they don't want to talk about that because they haven't got to that point yet.
Right.
They negotiate with sex. My pussy wetter. I fuck better. It's like, girl, go ahead, do your thing. Do your thing. Hopefully you come out of there STD negative and don't have a little bastard that you didn't want. Because the first place they send their GoFundMe's is to the old bitches. Okay.
Facts.
Can you please donate because he broke my jaw, and you ain't bitter all of a sudden. You're a resource. We got to stop that. We have to stop that. Miss Helena, welcome to the panel.
Hi, ladies. How y'all doing?
Awesome. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you. Listen, I posted a link in the chat. I don't know if this was discussed yet about the woman that was raped on the train in Philly, and people just sat around and filmed it. Did y'all hear about that?
Yes, and that just happened this past week too. This week has been off the chain.
Insanity. So, when I saw that article, I thought about you and I thought about the ladies here, and I just thought it would be good to discuss. And also too, I wanted to have a side chat with you. Please let me know how I can do that.
Go ahead and send me a message to my Gmail and we'll do that.
Okay, thank you.
All right. You got my Gmail? It's divestedzealot@gmail.com.
Yeah, I email you all the time.
Okay. All right. I'll look forward to it.
Okay.
But what she was talking about was in Philadelphia, there was a woman screaming and hollering because she was being sexually assaulted on the train, of course, by a Dusty. Nobody did anything except open up their cameras, men and women alike, and they just filmed it. That's all they did. And she was begging for help, screaming for help, and nobody listen.
Girl,
and then
I didn't know that part. I didn't know about her screaming and stuff for help. Lord have mercy.
She was screaming for help, asking them, please, get them off of me. She defending herself, and they are just filming.
Yeah.
Okay.
The cops
said that
caught him in the act. They caught him in the middle of doing it. That's why he was so easily convicted, because they caught him in the train and still in the midst of doing it to her.
Shout out to Mahogany Pink with your awesome ass. Thank you, Mahogany. She got some
I love
videos
Mahogany
over there.
Pink.
Yes, she has great videos over there. I appreciate you, sis. But that's the type of shit that keeps me out of public areas where there's more than two Dusties, because they're violent, y'all. I know that sounds so prejudiced, but they're violent.
No, you're telling the truth. I've never done public transportation in my entire life, and I refuse to.
And the optics weren't missed on me either. That this violent attack also happened in the same city where there is currently a city bus driving around the city with pink dots on what appears to be painted naked black women on the side of it. That was not lost on me at all. That happened in Meekstown.
Nice. That's a hell of a put together. That is exactly what it is. I didn't even think about that.
Imagine how desensitized that. Can you imagine how people are getting desensitized to that? I was as angry as White Zaddy, who was screaming his head off at that bus, because I would have been doing the exact same thing right next to him. Because It's something psychological, not just with the children, not just with the little black girls, but what are those images doing to grown men, teenage boys? What is that sending them about the black female form? And then you wonder why stuff like that happens on a public train and nobody cares, because the side of that bus makes it look like that's what we're here for.
Somebody brought
they called him Crimson Queen. They basically called him the same day.
Somebody in the chat said that the guy was an African immigrant. I would just like to.
Oh, here we go. Good, please, you go ahead and roast them, because
I would just like to point out to all the mammies that think they're divested because they want a black man that hails from another continent or country. They are all still the same black man. They might eat fufu. They might dance to samba. It's still the same old Negro.
Let me let hands up here.
Daisy, who was this lady that just got through talking?
Miss Helena, the one that jumped down?
No, the one that just said about the African, the diaspora black men.
Speak
my
up.
world. My world.
My world. Was it you that said you had your own YouTube channel? If so, could you put your channel in the chat? I want to follow you.
If that's cool with DZ, sure.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. That's fine.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Thank you.
I got you, Nature Shield. She basically saying not all the young girls are hating on each other and doing this ageism thing with the black women. Some of them do absorb it. And I said that too. A lot of them are, mammy centered, but there's some young girls that they see exactly what the fuck's going on and they like, fuck that shit, I'm out of here.
And they are so blessed to have this. Y'all know, we those of us that are in our 40s plus, we didn't grow up with this knowledge. DC, you were blessed to be a black male virgin, but the rest of us just had to get it out the mud. These girls are so lucky that there's information out here telling them how to save their future.
I was one of the ones that saw the shit go down because my family has a lot of Dusties in it. And there's none of them that are, I have one cousin he's an airline pilot, but everywhere the fuck he go, he cheat on his goddamn wife. It's like, look, they're horrible. I found out they were horrible when I was a little girl. And then as I got older, nothing was getting better. I'm like, fuck this shit. I was married by the time I was 18. I was divested and married out by 18 because the shit was that shit's corny. Sorry, Hands Jones. Go ahead.
Hi, how are y'all doing?
Awesome. How are you?
Fine. I wanted to say that when it comes to older women, I've had older women that say that don't do this and don't. They're encouraging everything. But at first, I want to say that I enjoy your show, and it's very therapeutic. And also, in religion, I've had mammies, like I was going to this congregation, and I knew that when I saw things, it wasn't right. But it was the old women, especially when I see that young girl who married that old man, 61, married that young girl, 18 years old. And they say he has HIV also.
Wait, what?
Yes,
he's in prison. Are you surprised?
But this is what I'm saying. He's committing another crime. If he knows that he has HIV and passed it to this girl, that's another crime on top of the molestation that he was doing. They need to lock his ass up.
She is just going to visit him in prison. She ain't leaving that Negro.
No, she not. I seen the video last night, and she said that if he's a predator, he's my predator. He's my predator. That's what she said. And it reminded me when I was going to this congregation, and the mammies, the male-identified mammy mules is something else. These older women were mad because as a young black woman, I wasn't going along with stuff that I knew wasn't right. They had this old woman, and her job was her and her daughter, she had raised her daughter to be her daughter's daddy. Her daddy was not around. So one of the elders in the congregation, she called him uncle. That wasn't her real uncle. She called him uncle. He grew. Was not around.
So, somebody got their background on. Is that you, dark-skinned gentlewoman?
It is. It is. I'm sorry.
All good. The church is dysfunctional as fuck, Hands. A lot of that. Listen, per capita, more people are molested when they are attending a brick and mortar church than out here in the public. You get what I'm saying? I'm in no way surprised by that. I'm sure he was touching all over her because the 62% that people keep denying, it goes down.
Yes, he groomed her, and their job was to make sure that ones like me came in, that I was to go along with what was going on. And I was supposed to call him uncle and all this other stuff, and I didn't do it. These old male-identified mammy mule stank heifers came after me with a vengeance.
Old ass mammies are dangerous, man.
Yes,
they're dangerous.
I didn't go along with what was going on, and sometimes when I talked last time I was here about, I'm not gonna go into deep to it, but the stuff that I was talking about, sometimes I'm hesitant because I have to hold back and take matters into my own hands. Because with me, I would rather just end it. I mean, take some folks.
You not talking about self-harm, right?
No, ma'am. I would rather just take just really take some folks out. But I try to take the high road, although they deserve it.
Let me ask you this: have you put any distance between you and some of those people we talked about the last time you were here on the panel?
Yes, I've moved. I don't associate with them, but like I said, I've moved 3 times already, and I'm trying my best to go somewhere else. I'm doing the best I can. It's not easy to get up and move.
Are you the lady with the apartment issues?
Well,
is this the same lady?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I moved to a city where they were supposed to be gentrifying, and it was all white, but they moved in some Negro nignog managers and stuff.
Yeah, you told us about that last time you were here, and we were supposed to be working on getting you up out of there. And here's the thing: I don't care how many times you have to move, because you just said you moved 3 times. Move 20 if you got to. Your safety is imperative, because these motherfuckers ain't getting no better. Have you seen how fall is underway? People getting raped on buses in front of people, and nobody ain't doing nothing. So if you got to move 20 fucking times, you got to move 20 times. I know it's not easy to move, but you got to put your foot forward and get the fuck out of there.
And also, I would encourage, ma'am, I listened to you when you were on that video last time. I don't know if you're employed or what your insurance is like, if your job has benefits, but if you're not in therapy, I go to therapy. Okay. I would definitely encourage you to.
Oh, I'm in therapy. I'm in therapy. The thing is that when I talk about stuff, how can I say this? I have to keep calm and at peace, because at the end of the day, like I said, I have to fight from taking matters into my own hands, because
you and I need to talk offline again, because what's going to end up happening is you're going to rehash everything we talked about last time, and it's going to get you upset again. So let me let Dark Gentlewoman jump in here, and you and me talk offline about that. Is that cool?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And
okay.
Can I where I was trying not to get on that, but like with the mammy situation, it was all right with you. Can I finish that, or do you want me just?
Yeah, you can finish the mammy situation. Go ahead.
Yeah, like with that situation, yeah, we'll talk offline, because that stuff is still, with stuff like that, it doesn't. I've always been type person. When I've seen things, I didn't want to be like that, but then I've always been people that's tried to make sure that break me down, because I don't want to have that mentality.
You're a citizen of Blackistan. That's what it is. There's too many of those people, quote unquote, around you, and you're telling us the experiences that you're having. And I believe you. I believe you. And it sounds like you got you a little depressed. That's why I want me and you to talk offline, because we gotta do something. That's, it's starting to affect your mental health a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't, want nobody to say that, we didn't try to help or what have you, but you know how to contact me.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Gentlewoman, welcome to the panel with your sound on the background ass.
Hey, what's up? I'm sorry, y'all.
You're good. I'm just talking shit.
I know, but no. Let me zap this troll real quick. Oh my god.
Another reason.
I'm sorry. But yeah, I listen. My heart goes out to the woman that just spoke before me.
Yes, her situation is really, really. We're gonna talk. We're gonna get shit done, because she got to go. She has to.
Right. Right. No, but it's just, you know, that I sent you that. I think did I send you that clip, the second one, the millionaire
I had it, but
email?
you probably sent it to me too, girl. As soon as I
Yeah.
saw it about a week and a half ago, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not believing what the fuck I'm hearing.
Yes.
This man is sitting here telling you he's raping kids, and he's still among us,
Yep.
y'all.
And remember, I said maybe this is better for the Discord. You know, and remember I emailed you.
Oh, you
Yeah.
sure did.
Yep. And because I didn't know, because you know legally, you know, I don't, you know, but look, I get it. I totally get it. And listen, this is not a joke. People are getting touched. People are getting, you know, this is it's bad. It's bad. And as someone who did not go through that, there are too many people that I know that went through that, and I believe all of them. Okay, and this is you know that's I will say that I've never been, you know, that far gone as far as being a mammy, you know, or being a pick me. But you know, you know, these men, they don't care. They just really, really don't care. And for any fence sitters, it's just like, you know what? There was somebody talking about, you know, what do you say? Just push them back over on the other side of the fence because they ain't ready. They're not. They're not ready.
I feel y'all, as divested women, y'all are not obligated to try and save anybody.
No.
You're not. Nobody in your real life, nobody online or whatever. I just want people like Hands and other people that are trying to get divestment right. And I mean, zero tolerance for Blackistani bullshit. That's why I bring my ass up in here twice a week. But other than that, y'all are not required to save anyone because in fact you're divested. So we burned capes a long time ago. Don't put on no cape for nobody else.
Well, here, can I say something?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I just want to say something quickly. There was I think I don't know if I could call her divested, but she was the hairdresser of one of my aunties, and we were talking one day, and she told me, you know, I don't know, you're a little too much for black men. You need to, when you get to the point where you're getting ready to get married, you know, you might want to, you know, get your passport, sweetheart. And that's all she said, right? And I'm like, okay. I didn't snap back at her or anything like that. Well, you know, because my aunties would have hit me, and you know, because they you know, they ain't play that. You couldn't mouth off. I'm a Gen Xer. You couldn't mouth off at your parents back then, right?
They'll slap the shit out you.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Okay. And so I just kept it in the back of my head because I thought she was cool. You know, I liked her a lot. She was a divorcee. She had adopted a kid. You know, I'm just like, oh, this woman is like just wonderful. Honey, she was not lying. The thing is, you can plant this, like DZ said, you can plant the seeds and just leave it at that. Okay. Because there, you know, I have a cousin, her daughter is kind of, you know, oh, black love. And I'm like, okay.
Listen,
I sent her my
let me address this
thing
real
on black
quick.
love.
Okay. Javin, Haven, or however you pronounce it. You know why there's so many people up here? And it's a couple more trying to get on. It's because these stories are so plentiful and everybody has one to tell. So sometimes they end up talking over each other, and it's all right. It's folks just venting. You know, if it's too much for you, you know, you probably should go watch somebody else, because it's always going to be a bunch of women here because it's a woman's space. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you being here, though. Go ahead, babe.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was talking to you.
Oh, that lady. I don't know the lady, but the one that I can't remember her name, but the one that's having the issues with the apartment in Blackistan. If you're still listening to this, ma'am, I've heard you say a couple of times you were thinking about taking issues or matters into your own hands. Please take it from me that is not what you want to do. You will only ruin your life and make your life worse trying to be a vigilante and take things into your own hands. You don't want to end up in prison. Whatever you're going through now, I assure you, is not as bad as the Department of Corrections. So please, whatever you need to do to get help or whatever, I don't know your story other than what you shared with us last week, but don't ever take matters into your own hand. When it comes to people committing crimes against you, you do not want to be a prisoner. It's not worth it.
In a couple seconds, somebody's going to drop off. Come up here and say that important thing. I got to know what you was going to say. Talk about my panel too full. Keep refreshing. Somebody gonna give up their seat, baby, and you come on up and say what you got to say. I appreciate.
I ain't doing it no more because I gave it up last time, and that black dude came up.
Also, ladies, so there was a woman. Okay, so there was a young white woman. Well, a young white girl. She had to be about 7 years old, and somebody had wrote an article about it, right? Where they were talking about this white girl who had wrote something to her teacher, and the teacher was saying something about Black Lives Matter or something like that, and the white girl had wrote about a story where she knew this guy was a criminal when she was in a grocery store, and she made sure to go to the other side of her grocery cart. That way she wouldn't be near him or something like that. And people were trying to condemn the parents for it. But the thing about it is, when you instill things in your children in a very young age, they will remember it. That's why you got so many people out here who are crazy with the religion and all that other stuff. It's just like, if you show them the evidence, you show them the facts, and you teach them, they will remember that. You can instill that in them very early.
Yeah, I agree 150%.
Very true.
Wow.
Very true.
Excuse me.
My daughter. Yep.
Who's that speaking?
Han.
Okay, go ahead, honey. And then after that, I'm gonna drop you down, let you email me, and we're gonna get it started actually tonight. Okay.
Okay. I wasn't. I'm saying I have to hold back from. I feel like taking things to my own hand, but I fight against that. Because, like I said, this place where I was at, it was mostly a white area. And thank you for that, but not. I don't want to go to prison.
Yeah, don't do that, please.
But like I said, I moved 3 times and I fought. When I moved here, they told me it would stay like the way it is and everything else. But when they started moving management, then it became the way it is now. And so it just disturbs me that I see so many Negroes around, even though some white people still here. It bothers me at times because really I'm a country person. I'm not a city person at all. And so that bothers me. It bothers me that people see things and they don't do nothing about it. It bothers me that people allow things to go on. And like this place right here, they were supposed to keep it where it's only certain type of people here, and they're just allowing whatever up in here.
It sounds like you hung up on whatever the rules were supposed to be and not what's actually happening. What's actually happening is the shit is turning ghetto and it's turning Blackistani, and you got to go. Point blank, period.
Hey, can I ask you, how did you find out about old dude, that old dude being positive? Where did you see that at?
I was looking online. First, I was on YouTube, and then I heard this story came about this man married this 18-year-old girl. So then I typed in the name, and then there's all these stories coming up. And then that's when I started reading the comments on one of the videos. I can't think of the video that it was, but a lot of YouTubers are doing commentary on it. And then one of the comments said they looked up his profile and found out that he is HIV positive and he's 61 years old. And then he slept with the mom. And then the mom said she told the daughter not to marry him, but she did. And he said before they got married, 2 weeks before they got married, he kicked the young girl out because he thought she was messing with underage men. And they live in like a duplex in the in that Florida place over there.
That's fucking disgusting. Like I said,
on public housing.
Gross.
He's committing crime after crime, just like both of them motherfuckers that was up here that we was just talking about, showing videos. They committing crimes right in front of us, and nothing happens. Nothing happens.
She actually has 4 kids. So they were saying in the comment that one of the comments said they knew him. And they said that when she went missing, he was acting like that he wanted to find her, but really she was at his house.
Listen, we just said that. Yes, indeed. And I believe that's when that baby got made, who's now 2 years old.
Yes, they said she has 4 kids. She has 4 kids by him. And they said,
I don't think that's possible for her to have 4.
No, she doesn't have 4.
Kids. She's going to
I think those are his kids, and she only got 1 from her.
Yeah.
The reason that is 4.
One of
But
the
some
people
of the
also
kids are
said
too.
that
She would have had to have that baby when she was like 6, because them kids are damn near her age. Y'all,
I
you see
don't
the
know.
wedding pictures?
That's what they were saying. They said that he also has a child by her cousin also. So he was sleeping with her mama and the cousin.
He
I'll
running through
never
that whole
understand how the
family.
women in Blackistan can be so desperate that they
The
would sleep with an
cousin.
old walrus. I'll never.
Oh, a lot of old women allow that stuff. That they also encourage some girls to do that. I mean, it's disgusting.
It's like, how do you find that attractive? I don't. It.
It's conditioning. It's conditioning not only just over years or decades, but generation after generation. When a
Can I
group of
offer?
women have been conditioned to expect nothing, the littlest something, if only it being black skin, a penis, and presence, is enough. And that
Java
needs to
Haven,
change.
there's a seat available, honey. So
I was
click
thinking the
on.
same thing. Like, come on up, home girl.
Yeah,
Can I
because I
offer?
want to hear what she had to say. She said it was important. Go ahead.
Can I offer a perspective while Javelyn's getting up here? You have to remember a lot of those women never ever, and I've heard this from my mother, who is a retired nurse. I've heard this from hairdressers, from people that have a lot of interaction with the general public, is that those people never go outside of a maybe 3 block radius or 5 block radius of their house. That is why they think that's the only thing that matters. If there's a nicer part of town or a university or something, they never visit those places.
Yeah,
They
she
never
said that
visit those
place she's
places.
from is a small town. She probably never been out of Florida.
Let me see if this jobbing, y'all.
Hello.
Welcome. Are you the one I was talking
No.
to? Okay.
No, I'm not, but I did want to come up. I'm so sorry. I'm so nervous.
Now,
You're
look at
super.
what we working with, right? You nervous? Girl, you
I love you
amongst
guys.
friends round here.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Especially healing arts. Oh my gosh.
I
So,
love
but
healing art.
I
She's
know she's so
amazing.
country. But
What you got, baby?
I do. Okay. So I just wanted to come on here. Sorry, my heart is still beating, but you guys are talking about sexual assault, but I actually have court on Tuesday, the 26th, because a neighbor actually followed me from my apartment to my car, and he sexually assaulted me in my car.
Oh my God, y'all,
Yeah.
please. I can't. I'm so sorry that happened. And see, this is
Yeah.
what pisses me the fuck off. When people talk about that we're bitter, we got somebody sitting up here that has a pending court case
Correct.
because of somebody's thun followed her to a car and sexually assaulted her. These are the women whose face you're spitting in when you say we too much. We are too radical. We're putting everybody at danger. We shouldn't say what we say. We're self-hating. No, bitch, you hate yourself. I don't like this shit. And the fact that y'all have a defense against it, fuck you. 6 ways from Sunday. I'm sorry that happened to you. Real
Yeah.
talk.
And so I have to, write my victims impact statement and have to present it and everything. And so I just need you guys' good well wishes and everything.
What's your
So
name, son? I mean, your
um
YouTube.
yes, I do want to come on here more often though. Yeah, I will be, by the way. I'm
What's your
just nervous.
YouTube
This is my
name?
first time, y'all. My name is Jasmine.
Okay.
I want to email you my victim statement and everything. Just share that with you because
Okay.
it's almost gonna be like a letter to myself, almost like just to denounce this whole. It's gonna be so much in the letter. So
Listen, I
yeah,
would love to have it.
yeah.
I'm so sorry that happened to you. Don't be ashamed, and make sure you get that worked out in therapy, because it'll come up in
Oh
other
yeah.
ventures that you have in your life. You'll be reminded of it for the rest of your life. So you need the coping skills to be able to deal with this shit. Y'all, this is what we're talking about, and they keep denying that this is happening to you. Y'all got to stop with this pro black bullshit, because this is where it's getting people. We got people up here talking about they fucking kids. We watching babies getting married to 60-something-year-old men. This man is almost qualifying for Social Security, for God's sakes. Somebody following her to the car. It's a couple of people up here that's been molested, including myself. And then you talking about self-hate.
Yeah,
No.
it was pretty terrible. He honestly, he followed me because I had my headphones in because I had to go move my car, and I was working and everything. I was working from home, and I had to go move my car, and he followed me, he stalked me, and then he was approaching me, and of course I'm scared because I'm thinking like, okay, if I deny him, he's gonna get mad at me, he's gonna get apish, you know what I'm saying, he's going to, and by the way, I'm like 6 feet, right, and he's like 5'6", and I'm thinking to myself like, he's not gonna do anything to me, but this man gets on top of me in my car, and he kissed my neck. I'm like
God, this is so
screaming,
fucked
crying
up,
until
man.
people like are coming closer, and then that's when he got off of me, and I like said I was gonna call the police. He vanished, of course, because he's a nigger, and that's what they do when real men come to save you. And my whole thing was like, fuck, like they were screaming to the top of their fucking lungs, like telling them to like defund the police. This man.
I was just getting ready to go there. So the mammies wanted it to be where this dude went on ahead and did what he did, but you need to be nice to him. Don't slam him to the ground. Don't over sentence him. This is what their priorities are, man. And y'all gonna make me say some discord shit up here, I swear.
This is I'm sorry, I'm like getting triggered again because it's very fresh. It happened on March 9th of 2021. So, like just this year. So, and do you guys know that this man was staying in the motel right behind my apartment?
Wow. So he could have been watching you the whole time and knowing that your routine. He knows your routine. That's what happened.
And at 11 o'clock that night, the cops, they got me out of bed and they took me to go identify him right behind my apartment. So I'm thinking to myself, they would have defunded the police, and then what?
Yeah, he could have killed you and got away with it. That's just the fact of the matter. That sounds so motherfucking rough. But if it wasn't for the cops, God knows what would have happened. And according to Black Femicide, we know what would have happened.
Correct. And so I wanted to share my victim's impact statement with you, of course, DZ. I wanted to get your email so I could email it to you.
divestedzealot@gmail.com.
Awesome. Yes, I'll be sending that to you.
Okay.
So that's all I have to say, y'all.
Thank you for coming up. I appreciate you.
Y'all.
I'm
I love you
so
guys
sorry
so much.
that happened to you. We love you back. Dead ass serious.
Hey, bye, guys.
Bye, honey.
Bye.
That's what I'm talking about. I
Kiki,
guess. Yes,
may I say
ma'am.
something?
Yes, ma'am.
To the young lady, you have a wonderful advocate when it comes to divested zealot. A wonderful advocate. She is a nurse. My mother is a retired nurse. So you have a wonderful advocate, and we are sending love your way and all of that.
Yes, we take action behind the scenes. We make phone calls. We do witness statements. We do relocation. We don't just sit up here and be no goddamn radicals, as y'all like to call us. If there was nobody to help, if you cleaned up your community, nakers, whoa, this is hard to do without. If you cleaned up your community, I wouldn't have a YouTube channel. So if you want me to shut the fuck up, you got to treat these women better. But because I know that you're not going to do that shit, welcome to Divested Zealot.
Right.
You stupid, funky sons of bitches.
All right.
Ladies, I would also encourage you to, like, so in my house, on each nightstand, I have a weapon on each nightstand. If something happens in the middle of the night, no matter where I reach, it's going to be something there. When you're going back, I'm a single woman. I live in the hood. I'm going back and forth to my car. One time a black dude walked up on me in my yard, and the first thing I did was I started screaming. He was like, wait, hold up. You ladies carry some, and I'm not victim blaming, but ladies, even if you carry a box cutter, carry something with you to let these people know you are not playing. If somebody run up on me, the coroner gonna be picking them up. You cannot. You gotta carry something.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. I don't give a fuck if it's a butter knife. Take that motherfucker's eyeball out with your butter knife. I don't know what the laws are in y'all state, but carry something sturdy that you can disfigure a bitch with. Real talk. Fun Star, welcome to the panel, and Luna, welcome to the panel. I guess you ain't gonna come up and say your important stuff, Miss Aitman. Hey.
It's nice to meet you guys. I've watched your videos a couple of times, and I couldn't agree more with a lot of the stuff that you guys teach on here. And I hope I'm not like interrupting anything or anything like that. But
no, you're fine.
Okay. I would like to like. Is it okay if I talk about like my story of sexual harassment on the bus? Because this
Look
is
at it. Look at
happening in
this.
real.
Look at this.
This is happening in real time.
Everybody that
This is
comes up here
happening.
has a fucking story. Y'all got me fucked up.
This is
Listen.
happening in real time. And if I get a little emotional, like I'm not actually like I'm okay. I'm stronger,
Go ahead, Fun
But
Star.
I live in the ghetto, with my mother, in Section 8, and I even have an older brother, but he is a big dusty too, and he don't drive me anywhere. Then when I ask him, like, can you take me to work? He's like, okay, do you have $10? Do you have some money? So like, it was like, the only way. I'm sorry. The only way to get to work was to travel on the bus. And to walk down the street by myself has always been like hell. Like, of course, it's always like sexual harassers, men catcalling me, and trying to get people, in the car, which happened a couple of times. Even a man that blocked me, in my neighborhood, and nobody helped. Like, and there was a barber shop full of black men. Nobody came out. But anyway, I'm just talking about my bus experience, which happened twice, I think. um, I was trying to get to work. I can barely get a job because of my location, because it's so dangerous, and because of how many times I've had a bad experience and nobody protect me. Like, the stories that I tell you is like, you'll be laughing. Like, every time I tell these stories to black women, they're like, "But why do you go out?" I'm just like, "Well, how else am I going to be able to make a way for myself? My mother's disabled. My brother um, is dusty. He doesn't really want to give me a car ride. And, like, it's and our relationship."
I wouldn't answer those questions. Why do you go out? That's victim blaming. People have to go
Yeah,
outside of their house. The fuck you
yeah,
mean? Why do I go out? I'm supposed to sit in the house because y'all sons acting a fool?
yeah,
No, that's fucked up.
yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And like, by the way, as I tell you all of this, like, like, I'm strong though. Like, my voice may crackle because I get emotional really easily, like, seriously. But anyway, I had a job at like a
I
home
don't mean to
improvement store.
I'm not trying to cut you off or anything, but make sure that you tell the very important parts, because I want people to, not get ADD and haul ass. I want them to hear this shit.
Okay, okay, I'm sorry. I finally got a job at a home improvement store, and I would go to the bus. I would have to take like 3 buses just to get to the job for 5 hours and go back home and try to make it safe. Um, One day I was getting, oh my God, this story was so crazy. I walked to the first bus stop. I was okay. But then there was a man that was in the car. He was like telling me like, "Hey, how are you doing? What are you doing?" He was trying to catcall me, but thankfully he left. Then I made it to a bunch of other dusties at the bus stop, and even though they were catcalling me, talking, whatever, I was able to get to the other bus, and then I went to the second one. But then there was a crackhead. Like I told you guys that there was a crackhead. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I told you guys that I live in the ghetto, so there's like druggies everywhere. So a crackhead actually followed me, and he followed me on the train. And on the train, he was trying to snatch my purse. I was trying to just like, I didn't quite say anything because that was my first experience that I ever had. You know. But those, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of a little nervous. Um, but there was a crackhead that was trying to take my purse on the train, and I was just like, "Is this man going to leave?" And I tried moving another way. He tried going the same way that I was going in, until finally my stop came off, and then I went off to my final bus. And I was so thrown off. When I went on my final bus, another dust mite, he
This was the same
he
day.
this was all in the same day. And I
Jesus
and I'm
Christ.
and I hope, like, I know I'm kind of talking a little fast. I'm a little nervous, and anyway, In the same day, I got off the train, and that drug addict, thankfully, he went off somewhere else. I was like, thank God, thank Jehovah, like, Lord have mercy. And then I went on to my next bus stop because I was just trying to get to work. Like, that was the only prerogative of that day. And
what did the second Dusties do?
Then I went on the bus. I sat on the bus. I was like, okay, finally. And and mind you, what I was wearing, I was fully clothed. There was no nipples
It
showing, no
doesn't
nothing
matter what you were
showing.
wearing. You could have been butt ass naked. They
Pants
had
showing.
no reason to fuck with you. You could have been stark raving naked. Don't defend that shit.
I just want to put that out there because some really toxic men come on our platform and say like, "Oh, what was she wearing?" I wasn't wearing anything.
Nah, girl.
I
I
was
know
just
this your
trying to
first blow.
get
They
to
ain't
work.
gonna do that shit. They ain't gonna do that shit here. I promise you that.
Yeah, and then I went on the bus. There was not really many people on the bus, and then a man sexually assaulted me. This was around COVID peak.
Wow.
And this man just sat right there on the side, like he closed me in my section of the bus. You guys know what I mean? Like,
they're
I
not
was
gonna
thinking,
protect you. They're not gonna protect you. Was he arrested? Did somebody
no,
call the cops?
no, I was just like, no, nobody
So
didn't call the cops.
there's two people out here that assaulted you and nothing happened. Do y'all hear what just happened?
No.
Nobody got arrested while she was trying to go to work. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry that happened to you. Real
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah, and so he closed me in on the seat that I was sitting on the bus because I was by the window, and if you sit by the window, I mean, you know what I mean. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure everybody rode the bus once. And he was like, "Hey, what's your name? What's your number? How you doing?" And he was trying to take. Then he started getting aggressive. He started trying to take my mask off of me, saying like, "Oh, I won't hurt you. I won't rape you."
This is going to be something that we're going to have to talk about online as well. Because listen, he didn't go to jail.
Yeah,
He didn't go to jail. He didn't get arrested. And see, this shit is frustrating me. It's frustrating me real bad. It really has.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I do this a lot. Talking over people.
No, it's all good, and I understand, and I hate that happened to you. Only thing that's sticking out to me is they weren't punished, and that's the whole problem. No, nothing happened to either one of them, and you remember everything they said. You remember what they looked like. You even knew one of them was a crackhead, and nothing happened. That's really the moral of the story.
You know what?
They talking about defund the police got me fucked up.
And a lot of times, y'all know how you hear in Black community, no snitching, snitches get ditches, all the stuff you hear. A lot of times people will not call the police. Even victims themselves. I'm saying not only as a bystander, but for me, if I see something going on, I call the police. I don't care if it's a Black man, a Black woman, whoever, I'm calling the police. We need to normalize that in the hood. We need to stop this no snitching, ideology.
It's not going to happen for some reason because it's like this unspoken rule. And then I had another story when I was just trying to
wait. I want you to email me as well because you need a one-on-one, baby. Because you got a lot of stories. You need a one-on-one. You keep getting assaulted. You keep getting victimized, but nothing's happening.
Yeah, it's so crazy. And then and I'm okay. I'm strong.
You don't have to be strong. You're a victim, honey. I can tell you live in Blackistan because you keep saying you basically are victim blaming yourself for talking about what you were wearing and what you get what I'm saying? It doesn't matter.
I understand about victim blaming. I'm very well read, and I'm been trying to upgrade myself, level up as much as I can, not in all areas and stuff like that. And let me finish the bus story.
Fun star. Okay. You need to email me, baby. You do.
Okay.
You do. I got 3 that I'm waiting on right now, and it's ridiculous for anybody to defend any of these niggas. You need to go and jump off a fucking bridge. Victim after victim after victim.
I have so many stories.
Make sure you hit me up, baby. Make sure you hit me up because I want you to feel listened to, and you'll have a chance to talk without being interrupted like this, and you can get that off your chest. And then we're gonna figure out how the fuck we can get a goddamn police report at least. because you can describe these people. Let's do it.
Can I offer something, sis? If
It's
you
just like we
still
be
on,
quiet, like black women and black men, like in the ghetto, like, and it's not like churches, kingdom halls. It doesn't matter. It's like this unspoken rule, like don't say nothing, won't be nothing. As you know, like I don't. I'm
You
sorry.
are not a criminal. That only applies to gangsters and thugs and criminals. Snitches get stitches is specifically a gangster saying. That does not apply to regular citizens. And black women need to remind themselves of that. If you are not involved in a criminal syndicate, that stupid snitches get stitches does not apply to you ever.
Yeah, you need to email me,
Did you give
babe.
me your email? Is it like down in your YouTube
It's
channel? Or?
it's
I'll put it
divestzeller
in
at
the I'll
Gmail.
put it in the chat.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's on
thank
my
you.
homepage too.
and
Okay,
also
have I said too
to the
much, or should I
sister.
just get off? Like, you
No.
know.
To the sister,
Okay.
I just have one question. Are you looking at the StreamYard chat? I don't want to say this out loud. Are you looking at the StreamYard about the transit system
Let me see.
It's in the comment section.
of the
Yeah, I'm on StreamYard. Is it in private or comments?
It's in private.
Okay.
Just look at it. It's the last thing posted.
Okay. What is this?
I got you, baby. I'm gonna go
You
ahead
see
and
what
throw
I'm
you on
saying?
mute.
Was it that transit system?
No, I'm not quite familiar. Like what the CTA mean? I'm sorry.
Okay, no, because here's the thing. Most transit systems have cameras, and they can pull. You can pull that footage. You can pull that footage from the buses. The bus footage is not as good as if there's train footage. You can pull the footage. Have the buses pull the footage, and you can have the trains pull the footage. All right, and you just know, since you know your schedule, you know what time you are on the bus. So. And then you talk with DZ and handle business, okay?
Cause we gonna make some fucking phone calls. They not just gonna have you on here venting and they get away with it. Cause I don't play that shit with niggas. You're not gonna do that shit. So I'm gonna be looking for your email and let's go. Goddamn it, fuck the dumb shit.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I guess I'll get off. You know, I hope I didn't talk too much, but
No, it's just the fact that there's criminals out there that assaulted you that haven't got any smoke. So we just need to get that taken care of. Dead serious.
Yeah, just one thing, like just you know, the black. Just I want to say this, like the black community, black men, even like you know the black men that are kind of like good, they still kind of cape for other black men. You know, it's just it is completely vital to divest, even if you still want to date somebody black and you give somebody a chance. It is so vital
You
to
still date
divest.
black men? Excuse me. You still
No,
date black? You don't? Okay, awesome.
no, not at all.
Oh, you
I've never
scared me
really,
for a minute.
no,
You
to be honest,
scared
I've
me.
never really been attracted to black men because, you know, as a young
Wonderful.
child, I see my mom, I see my brother, I see a lot of stuff going on. Like, you know, I catch on very quick. So why would I want to just do myself like that?
I don't know either, girl. I appreciate you coming up, though. I look forward to
Yeah,
your
thank you.
email. Yes,
Yeah, I'm
ma'am.
happy to join. Thank you, guys.
If I could make a suggestion, you might want to start recording yourself when you get on the bus if she has a smartphone. Because I think everybody is armed with a camera in their pocket. So while she's waiting to get the footage from the trains and from the buses, she needs to start pressing record in selfie mode when she gets on those buses. And then if one of them try to mess with her, she could be like, oh, I'm recording right now. And they'll back right off.
It's a lot of shit that she can do. What she kept saying was what they were doing to her, and what I was not hearing what happened afterwards, because it's like she's a buffet of somebody just being able to walk up and do whatever. And I just got a whole bunch of stuff to tell her, because that ain't gonna work. Some consequences got to come. Hold your ears. Go ahead, Luna.
Hi. I fell off earlier. I don't know why this came up under Luna instead of the witching hour, but whatever. But what I wanted to say was so something that women need to definitely look out for is that I was having a good talk with a cop in my area. So if you're in any type of area, always make sure to talk to any cop that you can, because I try to get to know all the cops in my area, because when I make a call, I want them to come ASAP. I don't want there to be any hesitation. I want them to know who I am, and I want them to know my personality and all that other stuff. That way there's no question about it. And what he was telling me was that
because of the protests and a lot of cops quitting, they are having issues
with
keeping a lot.
staffing. Yes.
Yes, with staffing, but they're having issues also keeping a lot of these men in jail because they don't have as many cops to show up for a lot of cases. And so if it's a case where it's not like a huge felony, they're letting men go with misdemeanors. And this is particularly worrying for me because I have a felony offense out against my ex who tried to kill me. And I'm going at it full force. I'm making sure all cops have what they need, sending as much evidence as I possibly fucking can. This has been going on for a year and they have a felony warrant out against him. And it's worrying for me because I'm just like, okay, if they drop that shit down to a misdemeanor,
make sure you show up to all the court hearings because they will drop it down if the victim doesn't show up. So make
exactly.
sure you let them know that no, I'm not going for that. I'm not going to agree to no plea bargain for this son of a bitch that ruined me. No.
Exactly. So especially if you're in an open carry state, and I mean, just make sure to bang bang on site because we don't have time for things to be getting dropped down to a misdemeanor. We don't have time for this. You know what I mean? Like, this is fucking dangerous. It's like a man has a felony against him and you're potentially willing to drop it down to a misdemeanor because you don't have as many
We
agents
asked them
available.
to. Luna, we asked them to. We literally said, stop sentencing our men, stop police brutality, stop all this
Exactly.
shit. We asked them to. So they're giving us what we as black women asked for. And now everybody's getting fucked up. That girl getting fucked up on the bus every time she go. You got people with pending cases. While you got the
Exactly.
mammies over there talking about defund the fucking police. What
Or
I
not
hear
all black men.
what I hear when you say defund the police is fuck her up and don't punish the person that fucked it. No, we're not doing that shit. I appreciate that
Exactly.
shit.
DB, can I say something real quick and then I'm gonna jump off of here?
Yes, ma'am. I ain't gonna be up here that much longer anyway. I'm gonna let Javen talk and then after you, and then we gonna go to the Discord so I can talk how I talk for real.
Right. Okay. I just wanted to say this to some of the people who might not really understand what a snitch is. A snitch is if me and you both go rob a bank together and then I tell on you, that's called snitching. But somebody violating you or disrespecting you or doing anything that is not pleasing to your sensibilities and you tell on them, that's called holding a motherfucker accountable. That's not called snitching.
Pretty much. She said what she said. Shaven, am I saying your name right? How do you say your name?
Yes, you said it right.
Okay. You said you had something important to say and your mic is messing up. Go figure.
Oh, it is?
Say, okay, now it's better. Go ahead.
I wanted to say thank you for allowing me on and thank you for your show. And I wanted to say I was molested when I was 6 to about the age of 8.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
I grew up in a very Christian family. My grandpa's a pastor. I grew up on the pews. I remember after I had been molested, I went to the church and I prayed to God for forgiveness because I felt like there was something wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you're right about the victim blaming and the no snitching in our community because I remember I just now told my mother this year that I was molested. I just now felt like I could tell her because I felt like I couldn't tell anyone because I felt like it was my fault. And I would go to church.
It's not your fault, baby. It's not your fault. It never was. It never has been your fault. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that this happened to you. Y'all, I'm sorry.
The Christian church and Blackistan goes hand in hand because they're both, it's just intermingled. It's just like Christianity teaches our women that it's their fault when something happens to them. So I feel like they need to go to church and pray the devil out of them when it's their attacker's fault. We don't hold the men accountable that are doing this to these women. You know what I'm saying? Us as black women, we're always taught to protect ourselves. But it's like, I shouldn't have to carry a gun or a knife on me to walk to the bus station. I shouldn't have to carry a gun or a knife to me to walk to the gas station. I should be able to walk there without being harassed by men. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I just now told my mother and my brother, he went off to the military. He's gone. He's going to be coming back in December. But I remember he felt like he always knew because he felt like there was always something wrong with how our family was I feel like how our family was built, you know what I'm saying? Because we're just so Christian, like we're so um we've always put religion first, you know what I'm saying? It's like
Yes.
the women, we're taught to cover our hair and don't wear things that, we're not allowed to wear what we want. My grandmother, she's the first lady in church. She's not even allowed really to go out the house that much because she's always tending to my grandpa, you know what I'm saying? She can't even go certain places because she has to cook, she has to clean. She has, a bunch of my cousins living in her house to the point where she can't even live her life because she has to cater to a man all day. And it's like the way that the Black community family structure is, it's terrible. And
Let me ask you this. How old are you? If you
me,
don't mind me asking, yes.
I'm a minor.
Wow. See, y'all, something told me to ask her how old she was because of the way she was talking. That brings me back to that asshole from earlier talking about they was tricked by a kid. No, the fuck you wasn't. I heard
Right.
that shit while she was talking that I needed to ask her how old she was. Okay. Listen, put in a private chat your contact information so I can do everything the right way. Y'all, I'm getting ready to
DZ,
drag.
can
Go
I just
ahead,
say something
baby.
to her real quick?
Yes, please.
This is my world. You said this started at 6. I'm not sure what age it lasted to or who was doing this to you. I went through the same thing. Mine started at 4. And I know you're not an adult yet. I don't know if you're still in high school. Um, so if you go to your counselor to see if they can refer you to somebody for mental health, um, there's a chance of if you talk to them about it, they would launch an investigation from CPS because you're still a minor. However, when you get 18, if you go off to university or if you get a job and you have insurance and you have access to therapy, go to therapy. I'm 43. When I started therapy at 21, I felt like it was my fault, even though I was only 4 years old when it started. But as I got older, I think it lasted from 4 to 11, whatever the math is on that, maybe 8 years or 7 years. As I got older, I felt even more and more like it was my fault. Like this must be something I wanted. And you're gonna feel like that when you get introduced to sex that early, it doesn't go away. You always are convoluted about how you'll feel. I'm definitely going to keep you in my prayers. I am a Christian. I go to church, all that. And yeah, there are problems in it. But I want you to know, if you don't know already, it was never your fault. You should never
Never.
blame yourself for what other people did to you as a child. And I
Yep.
just hope that as you get older, you can learn to make peace with yourself and that you'll get therapy and you're going to need help because you'll never see men the way other women see them. You'll never see boys the way other women see them.
Put your contact information in the private chat because
I
this is
think I
another
did.
one.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I'm getting ready to drag these folks.
Daisy,
Every
can I
time.
say one last thing before I get off? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. To put a finer note on what this sister. First of all, I want to thank you, Javen, for sharing your story with us. I know it must have been hard. The only finer note I can put on what I had heard you say is you said Black women we're trained to protect ourselves. If that was the case, I would agree with you. But unfortunately, what's happening more times than not in Blackistan is we are not even trained to protect ourselves. Because when things like this happen to us, we are trained to protect the victimizer. That's why we are indoctrinated with statements like snitches get stitches and we're not criminals. That's the
Let's
reason
just keep
why
it
we
real.
are
It's to protect
victim
black men.
blamed.
It's to blame black. It's to protect black
To
men. Let's just
protect
keep
Black
it
men.
all the
Exactly.
way real. There would not be
Yeah.
such a thing as snitches get stitches and all this extra shit if it was a black woman. You don't hear that.
Right.
You
And it
don't hear that
also,
when they're
yeah.
the offender.
Right. And it also goes into the whole Black plight that somebody had also mentioned earlier about how somebody gets turned off when someone starts talking to them about Black plight to almost kind of downplay what's happening to Black women. Why is it that these stories that I have been hearing all night, why is that not part of Black plight? Because these are things that are happening to Black women.
They
When
don't
it's
matter.
like we are programmed to only associate Black plight with what happens to Black men. molestation, rape, not feeling safe, being able to go out to your car at 11 o'clock at night, that needs to be added to the conversation as well, because this is happening to Black women every day, and we are Black too. I get insulted when people want to talk about the Black plight like I'm not Black. You're talking to me like I'm a Caucasian or something. I'm a Black person, and on top of that, I'm a Black female. So I got two strikes against me.
Let me ask you this, Ronnie. Why are you talking to people about Black plight at all? They're not going to go ahead and put Black women on the menu. They're not. They never have. They never will. So when you're talking to a group of pro-Black people, you don't matter. You never mattered. I would never talk to nobody about no pro-Black plight or the Black plight. Why? Because you don't matter at all. That's the answer.
I don't. I'm more of a listener. I'm more of an observer, and I pay attention to what's the hot topics of the season. When the divestment conversation started happening, I like to sit back and listen. What are the people talking about? And this is what I'm hearing. And so I'm able to provide an opinion, but no, I don't really sit around talking because I have better things to do. Frankly.
I know that's right.
But I can still pray. I can still hope that the conversation begins. And if I encounter somebody that seems like they're open to begin that conversation with somebody and they want advice, I'm here for them. But I'm not going to, it's almost like another front line that people expect me to put myself out on to educate other adults and to deprogram and unlearn all these bad habits that they've picked up from Blackistan. That's not my choice. I got one child. I can't be a mother to a whole entire community. I got one child to worry about. And if she's 13 years. Right.
If you're divested, you don't have to do that.
Right. And my daughter is 13 and she is already thinking about college. My mom put me on an education step real early. And you want to know what? By default, because of how my mom raised me. She raised me to be proud of being a Black woman. She raised me to value education. She raised me to value culture, not only my own culture, but of cultures of all across the world. And because she raised me that way, it's almost like by default, Black men knew I really didn't have any time for them because I was way too educated. I had way too many things going on. I was a ballerina for 15 years. They knew that I was like on another planet to them. And my daughter's probably going to be raised the exact same way because she already knows what college she wants to go to. And she's not even in high school yet. And this is what she talks about with her peers at her private school. So if she gets around somebody like a Pookie, or God forbid, and she starts talking about, oh, I want to go to Full Sail University. That's a $90,000 a year university. Do you really think that they're going to be able to keep up with her? So almost by the way that I'm raising her will help to create natural shields from the bull crap that too many Black women have to deal with. And I just hope that I can only train her up in the way that she should go. And when she's old, I only hope she doesn't depart from it. And that's what I hope for the rest of you who have children as well, because I know it's hard and I'm praying for everybody. But no, the shift, I'm feeling a shift coming. 2021 has been created a lot of exposure. Glendon Cameron is part of that. Kitten Heels is part of that. The more
speaking of him, I'm getting ready to drag him because I got to get to the Discord real quick. Okay. So here's the deal. I appreciate everybody's input. I'm sorry that I couldn't listen. If I stayed here till 2:00 in the morning, there will still be people clicking the link with a story because there's so many of us out here.
Facts.
Don't let these people have access to you. Do it to the best of your ability. Earlier this week, I heard somebody say, you're not able to keep Black males from around you. That's delusional. That's only partly true. If you are on your free time and you choose to deal with a Black male on any level, you gave him access to you. If it's not required for your job, your school, or any reason listen, don't give them access to you. We sat here for 2.5 hours. You listen to girls that had shit going on in real time. Y'all got to get away from these niggas. Point blank, period. There are no good ones. If there's a good one, you don't know him. You don't know him. And I'm not talking about the Dusties in your family. Listen, your Dusties in your family, they are what they are. To us and to me, they're Dusty. Y'all's safety is at risk. I'm talking to battered women every single day. When I get off of here, I'm going to talk to battered women in a couple minutes. Get your ass out of Blackistan. Stay out of these people's chat rooms that's sitting up talking about not all, or I fucked a 17-year-old girl. You don't talk like that. You're not supposed to be able to talk like that. This shit is sick and it's never going to stop. If you're looking for it to stop, you are also delusional. But the Black community has been like this since there was a Black community. The men came first. You were an afterthought. You were a mule. You were there to reproduce. You were there to help protect, provide, problem solve, and every fucking thing else. If you still got a pro-Black bone in your body, God bless you. But they don't have a pro-you bone in them. Please knock it off, y'all. They don't love you. They don't like you. And you are in danger. I appreciate y'all coming out. Have a great weekend. And I will talk to y'all when I come back to this bitch. Love y'all.
Thank you for everything, Daisy.
You're welcome.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.